Welcome, boys, girls, and MBs, to the next episode of Gigi Habibi. I believe, what is this, our second official episode?
That's right. That's right.
Um,
You want
yes.
some balloons? Balloons? If you have any balloon, even an old one that's like in the corner of the room and it floated to like the middle kind of length of the living room in the corner, it's okay. You can blow that one our way. It's okay.
Yeah, you can do that either for this episode or for the enjoyment of the fact that we did not experience a nuclear holocaust. Just to date this particular episode
Yeah, yeah. Date it. Date
for
it.
for us. I am Mint. I am, of course, joined by Al.
Yep.
It is a relatively cold day here in Colorado, and I'm ready to talk about video games and not think about the state of the world. So,
I'm so ready. Yeah, that
yeah.
definitely didn't give a fuck at work when someone was like, "Oh, you could if you could just like shave 5 seconds off the call by just doing it while you're doing that one bit." I'm like, five. I don't give a fuck about 5 fucking seconds, motherfucker.
Have
But
you looked
anyway,
outside, bro?
the video games, the video games are way more than 5 seconds.
Yeah. You were much more responsible than me. You've done the news collection. So I'm gonna let you lead and I will just give my opinion
Sure, sure. I mean, is there
as
anything
necessary.
anything you wanna anything you've played? You wanna shout?
Yeah, we could talk about that. All I have done, I'm not gonna lie, I have just been playing and this is gonna take a breath to say, Phantasy Star Portable 2 Infinity on the PSP. That is so I have it there's like a bunch of cheats with it so you can run it at 60 FPS and
Mm.
with a second analog stick. That game, first of all, I mentioned this on Blue Sky, but people talk about Fantasy Star, like particularly Fantasy Star Online. They talk about it like it's like a woman who they had like a whirlwind summer romance with, and then they like disappeared. They like changed your life forever and then never returned. That's literally it. That's what it feels like. How people feel about Fantasy Star online, and I get it because it feels like other than Atlas, which is a early access indie game that's currently in
Yeah, yeah.
development, no one really has done like the Fantasy Star Online thing other than Fantasy Star Online. And I think this game is like the best version of it, at least as far as combat mechanics.
Mhm.
Um, and I've played it for like 35 hours. I just grind dungeons. That's pretty much all my brain is able to like put up
It's
with.
grinding. Your brain is grinding.
Yeah, I am in a dungeon crawling sort of mood because it's perfect for just like shutting my brain off,
I see.
not thinking about anything and just yeah, watching number go up. And the nice thing about Fantasy Star Online in particular is like it has this balance of like being just engaging enough as far as combat without needing too much brain power, and same with like the loot because the loot is not like 3% crit rate chance
Okay,
or
they're not like
whatever.
minute differences of
No,
statistical numbers
no,
that I
no,
need to.
no, no, no. If you see a glowing, sparkly red drop, like that shit is gonna hit. There's no shot that it doesn't. So, that part's nice. And it again, it's not like Diablo where you just kind of press one button and that's it. So, it's pretty much just been that. And I mentioned it briefly, but like what is it? The first X-Men Legends. I'm going through all of them. I'm gonna do
Yeah.
Legends 2, Marvel Ultimate Alliance, and then maybe Ultimate Alliance 2. I haven't played any of these, including
You haven't played Ultimate
Ultimate
Alliance?
Alliance. No, I know. That's like the basement, like hanging out with
That's
your
yes,
friends couch co-op
that's a
game. Yeah.
very well for me. It was again my cousin. We would play like
Yeah.
all these
Very
different
formative.
co-op games. Like that's where
Yeah.
those games lie for me. I did not play Ultimate Alliance 3. I have no idea how that shaped up
That
once
one's
they
fun.
brought it back. I have
I
no
like
idea.
it. Yeah.
But yeah, definitely like the like for that era, like there wasn't a better time you could have if X if there was like at least one more person who didn't know, oh, Ultimate Alliance, I never played that. Everyone's like, well, boot it up.
You haven't seen Death Note? Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I think I briefly played Ultimate Alliance at like a friend's house, but it was like during a birthday party, so we weren't like super locked in on it.
No, no, you
But
can't.
yeah, I'm enjoying X-Men Legends because it's like I can already tell that it's like an 8-hour game. I'm gonna finish it in like 2 nights and
Yes,
be
it's not.
satisfied. And I'm it's making me be like I don't think there are very few video games that I feel should be longer than maybe not 8 hours. My limit has always been like 25. If you're not engaging mechanically, I'm probably gonna drop off after 25 hours. But I do like eight. Eight is
Eight. Well,
a nice
is are you
number.
saying eight because you know you're growing up in like you're remembering the 360 PS3 generation when if it's eight,
Yeah.
it's eight.
It might be longer, but it just I feel in my bones this is a blockbuster rental of a
I
game.
see. You're like, ah, yes, finally, I can finish this over 3 days, maybe two
Yeah,
days,
yeah,
if I push it.
yeah,
You know.
yeah. It's a nice contrast to the 25 hours, or the 35 hours in counting that I've
What
spent
when
in.
when did that change? When did that like what was it? Was it late in the PS3 360 era, or was it like we were
Yeah,
PS4 beginning? Then when that started changing? I don't.
I think yeah, late 360, but definitely um, PS4. I mean, like one of the first games that I remember getting on my PS4 was Assassin's Creed, the one with the Vikings, right? That was like a launch
Valhalla,
title. No, the PS5 one
Valhalla,
was a launch title.
Valhalla. Yeah, that's
No,
right.
no, no. Sorry, it was one of the, but it might have been Origins, or
It was
Odyssey. Oh,
probably Origins, right? It was probably
yeah,
Origins.
yeah. And that I mean, I was like, wow, what a huge game. This is great as a college student that can't buy a lot of games and so needs to like, you know, get blood from a stone.
I mean, like
But
the
yeah,
Creed games were like doing the oh I'm so long, were like
yeah.
longer than anyone else had been doing it,
No, yeah. They're the OGs, yeah.
and when I remember reaching my limit when when I beat three, and this was way
Mhm.
before the generation ended, right? I beat
Oh yeah,
three,
for sure.
and I was like, I did not I did not enjoy that, and two, it was so long, and then Assassin's Creed 4 was like 2 months away, and then when I started playing it, I dropped it my first time through, and that didn't come back to until years later because I was like, this is no, I can't do it again.
It's too much. Yeah.
I can't do it
Yeah.
again. It's what like there was
Nah.
this and like I wonder when people caught on to Ubisoft, they're like, yeah, we should start making that crazy. We gotta get the meat on the bone. We need the meat on the bone. We don't want to do
Yeah.
Rage for the 360 where I'm looking at brown walls for 8 hours.
I don't know if that was worth the trade off. I miss binary domain, bro. We didn't know what we had back in the day.
Binary domain is comparatively like wild. It's like Thrillville comparatively to fucking whatever I'm fucking doing in. Oh, let's see. What's the Horizon? When I beat Horizon 1,
Oh
I was like
brother.
it was like having it was like having like just like just the game wash over me for most of the game. Like, yeah, I'm in like a cold bath. It's okay.
Oh,
It's okay.
yeah.
It's
But
okay.
you won't even remember it. Like it's like
I don't
you
remember
want
like
you're
70%
yeah.
of Horizon. I
Yeah.
don't,
Yeah, you go in and you're just like, I can't believe like I could have been like learning to play an instrument in this time period type of stuff. No, I agree. Yeah, I think PS4 era for sure, especially I mean Horizon Zero Dawn is another perfect example of that. So, yeah, I like that Marvel Legends is going to be probably like 8 maybe 12 hours if I take my time. And I can just, wipe my hands of it and move on to the next one. So,
be done. There's some funny
yeah.
dialogue sometimes in both of those too.
It's
I
so
remember.
PS2 coded. It's very funny. Like the chunky UI, the every line somehow miraculously being voiced, which is insane to
Wow,
me. And
right?
that
Yeah.
yeah, that cost you like $3 million in 2026. Yeah, the way like the font is like thick as fuck. I don't know if that makes
It's
sense, but
really.
it's just like
I know.
it's like bold. Well, because because it was trying to run on like a CRT,
Yeah,
so
and
they
it
had to make
looks
that
and it
shit
doesn't
extra
look
big.
like incredible. Like if we look go back, I mean, it doesn't look incredible because it's like big as hell. So that
Yeah. It's very
it's
crunchy, super
very
cell
crunchy,
shaded.
very
Yeah, it
crunchy.
is like I'm playing the GameCube version, and it's just like this is the most GameCube ass game that isn't from Nintendo directly that I've ever
Yeah.
played.
Oh my god. And I don't know if you remember the if you remember the disc. I'm remembering the disc on GameCube and how the X was like a little bit cut off. On,
Yes. Yep.
on
Yep.
this. Oh well,
hmm
I say it looks like why men.
Their
Like,
alter egos, the Y
the
Men,
Y man. I press the XXX and the Y Y
and the YYY.
Y. It's true. It's true. I'm watching like a little
What?
bit of footage from Fantasy Star, honestly, and I get what you mean in terms of
Yeah.
like I like one of the things I always loved about looking at Fantasy Star because I've only looked at it really. I've never really played it. I just looked at it and
Oh.
I'm like it always looks like I want like yeah I want to go through those menus. I don't care how slow they
Yes, dog. The original Final Fantasy, the
move.
original Fantasy Star Online's aesthetic is like the perfect culmination of everything that's beautiful about like the whole Y2K almost like retro futurism aesthetic. The vibes are immaculate in that game. That is something that Infinite or 2 Infinity doesn't really have in the same way as the GameCube one, but it shares that. That if you I don't know if you know, but there's this thing called Fantasy Star Online Blue Burst and a fan made
Yeah,
server
yeah,
called
Blue Burst. I remember. Yeah.
Affinia. So I might make you hop on and do some dungeon crawling.
Infinity like looks like nice too. Like it like for like
Yeah.
being like portable as it is, like it looks nice
Yeah,
as well. Honestly, in that
absolutely.
regard. So it's
Yeah.
still impressed. Honestly, the aesthetic. But I know what Fantasy Star looks like now.
Mhm.
Like right now,
Trash.
like yeah,
It looks like
yeah. I
trash.
didn't want to say
Dog.
it looked like
No,
trash.
dude. As far as I'm concerned, Infinity was the last game in the series because like PSO2 was good for a little bit, but then they just turned it into like costume weeb trash. And then New Genesis stripped all of that away, made the gameplay worse, and now I won't get into it too much, but there are definitely criminals who are playing New
Oh my
Genesis. And
god! Oh my
I put massive air quotes around playing because that's not what they're doing. They are making the most like lolly bait coated
Oh.
characters on the planet and just like taking pictures of them. Yeah, that's literally all that's happening.
Un-
And if somebody's listening to this and they're one of those people, I just want you to know that's what's happening. You're gonna be like, no, this nope. I'll take that shit to the bank. That's all. The New Genesis is just a lolly simulator. It's super depressing.
Unfortunately, like that thing occupies the same space in my brain as well. Unfortunately, the first time I saw the first Descendants, I thought of Fantasy Star as it is right now. Is the
Oh,
unfortunate
Sega.
truth about that, and I was like,
Yeah, it's very
oh,
similar. It's very
oh.
similar. And I don't know if you saw that the first Descendant team was like, I guess they straight up were like, the game is not sustainable in the way that it is right now. So,
Oh,
yeah. And I feel the same about New Genesis.
I see.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
still
yeah.
chugs along. They even had that huge update like 3 years ago, right? Something like that.
New Genesis? Yeah, it's not dying. I don't know what's funding it.
Yeah.
I like I dead I don't every year people are like New Genesis is gonna shut down now, but I guess they make a lot of money from the costumes and stuff. It's probably like Skeleton Crew ran.
What is
So
even the? I don't know. I don't even know what the player base is like is. Like it's not like it's like one of the big five, probably even right.
no, not even top. I would be shocked. I mean, calling it an MMO even is like a stretch, right? Because like everything is generally just run in like teams of four. It's just the hubs that have
Yeah.
players in it. I mean, well, I guess you could say the same about FF14. So sure, we can call it an MMO because it's like relatively open world or whatever. But I guess it has to be top 10 though, because there's what? How many MMOs are there right
I
now?
guess
Like, I couldn't count
it's
10,
not
so I
top
guess it's
five,
technically top.
but it's
Yeah,
top
yeah, 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 yeah.
10.
It's bottom 10
When
of the top 10.
tier maker MMOs, please consult in a week or two. Okay, okay. Well, good to
What have
hear.
you
Good to hear.
been what have you been playing?
Well, I beat
Oh, right. God. Go ahead. Go
I mean,
explain. Tell the class.
okay. Well, I guess we don't gotta talk about Donkey Kong now. We can talk about Donkey Kong some other time. But like, I beat a game called Valkyrie Profile. Came out
Hmm.
quite a yonder ways from now, about 20 or so years ago. And
Bro, we're almost at 30. It came out in like 98, I'm pretty sure.
it's not. It's not. It's I said 20 or so, didn't I? It's not 30. It's 20.
Okay, okay.
We're not trying to.
Sure,
We're
sure,
not trying
sure.
to hurt our egos live. We're not
Fair, fair,
trying.
fair, fair.
But yeah, I beat Valkyrie Profile. If none of you know what Valkyrie Profile is, I'm gonna try and describe to you what this is. I get for the time, maybe it wasn't. Well, let me know if I'm wrong. For the time, is this an odd RPG? Is this really odd? This game?
Yeah, it was very abnormal even for it. I mean, Tri-Ace is a company made of freaks. They make the freakiest games with the weirdest mechanics. It's just they're like pure sicko energy. And because this was their third game, they did Star Ocean, they did Second Story, and then they did Valkyrie Profile. And Second Story is also for freaks because it has like a skill system
Definitely
that
for
lets you like
freaks.
yeah, yeah, it lets you break the game in like 10 minutes or whatever. But Valkyrie Profile is their sicko game, but in the other they have two sicko pillars. Break the game in the first 10 minutes. That's pillar 1. The pillar that sucks is the take 2 steps to the left and you can't get the true ending anymore pillar. I don't like that Tri-Ace pillar, but that's where they really started that shit with
I
Valkyrie
see.
Profile.
It's Valkyrie Profile. Okay, this you are uh the Valkyrie, the titular Valkyrie. This game is using like, Norse mythology here, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
And you the game front loads a bunch of what's happening in the story at the beginning as a sort of
Yep.
central plot line, and then leaves you with kind of nothing for a really long time. You're the battle maiden. You're gathering wayward souls who die. Like the really neat part about this game is that you are not collecting a group of party members who are alive like basically most RPGs in existence. No, instead they're dying. You're meeting them as their final moments are coming up on you, even when you try and save them, which is really funny actually. Um, and even as they're at their final moments, and sort of the arc of how you're sort of seeing that play out is instead like you're seeing someone sort of like kind of closing the book on their life, and you're giving them an ultimatum they cannot refuse. Like it's an inherently like coercive relationship you have with literally everyone you pretty much decide to recruit. They have no choice. It's either this or Niflheim, and I don't think you
Yeah.
want hell.
Yeah.
Literally one of the most evil people in the game, Gandar. You like go up to him and you're like you're an evil piece of shit, and
Yes.
you're gonna fucking die, and you have no choice. You want to work for me or not? He goes, "Oh, this fucking bitch! I can't believe it." And he goes, "Whatever, you'll rule the day." This is sequel bait. They're go, "Oh, you'll rule the day. You better." He goes, "You better watch your back. I'm gonna kill you when you don't turn around. You better watch your back." And she's like, "Yeah, whatever." And you and it, now, sorry. I'm overselling. I'm underselling it. It's not whatever. It's it cuts, and then you go back to the world map, and no one says anything. This is the thing about this game. This is the really strange thing. It'll play some sort of emotional cutscene about a character you recruited. There will be no resolution. You will just teleport all the way back to the roadmap, and they plop it right into your party. You have to go through 3 menus to get to your party member, to look at them in your party, to pick them. It's
Yes.
bizarre. It's
You,
insane.
yeah. You know what's funny about that sequel bait thing? You are correct, but that plot point doesn't get like hit at all until like the last 20%
God,
of Valkyrie
really?
Profile 2. Yeah. You play it for like 80% of the game and you're just like, I mean, I guess like Lenneth's here, but how is this a sequel? And then you get there. And not only is it a sequel, it does some other crazy shit that makes the first game even stranger. Which is fun, especially for people who waited, because that game didn't come out until 2006, like late into the PS2's lifespan. So people waited 7 years
They
for an
waited
explanation
seven
and just got
years?
more questions. Yeah, that game came out in 2006. I mean, Trius was busy making Star Ocean 3 and Radiata Stories, which are both games nobody played or cared about. Well, people
People care
played
about
Star Ocean
Star Ocean
3. I should
3.
be
Yeah,
fine.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Nobody gives a shit about Radiata Stories.
No, no one. Sorry.
I'm
Sorry.
baiting right now because Jared is listening to this and he's gonna be like, I care about Radiata Stories. I look forward to the comment
Of course.
at what, this is the 21-minute mark. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
he'll definitely have some things to
It'll be
say to me.
nice. I'm sorry. I only saw like the box in the store. I also didn't play it. I gotta be honest with
Radiata Stories.
you.
Yeah.
But that's all to say. Like, the game is like bizarre in like a bunch of different ways. Just the strangest like design decisions up to how it wants you to like pick your party. Why mages are so strong, like universally. Basically, it doesn't matter what mage you pick unless you're going into the end game, like optional boss like a
Yeah.
dungeon. Like it doesn't matter. Stuff like, oh, you can't, let's say, like with weapons, uh there the stuff about the artifacts where it's like, oh, you can give the artifacts to Odin and offer them up, and then you'll get -5 on your evaluation. Your evaluation, which is the thing it's like using to evaluate you for a certain end game criteria, that'll make sure
Yeah.
you get an ending. And you can honestly, I literally didn't give Odin a single fucking thing. He can go fuck himself. And I got the A ending. Or stuff like, yeah, you can't go to you can't go to these 4 locations pre a certain chapter, or else your seal value will get too low, and then you won't be able to get the ending over here. Or if you meet this is, I can't stress to you, I have never looked at a guide more than for this game.
Oh
Never.
yeah, it is the video game guide game. I remember one of the there's a console for people who do not know. It is like an Android based Chinese made handheld called the Aim Thor. And what's special about it is that it is a dual screen handheld console. So it's basically an imitation of the 3DS, which I um, believe, I don't remember if the patents expired or if they probably just didn't give a fuck. Regardless, it got made and it started getting shipped out. There's this subreddit about single board computer handhelds like these, where people will post and that sort of thing. When these things came out, the first thing that I saw before DS emulation, before 3DS emulation, any of that shit, it was somebody being like, "Finally." That was the screenshot, or that was the text, and the screenshot was them holding their Thor. Valkyrie profile on the top screen,
Oh my
game facts guide on the bottom. I'm not joking. That is literally like the first instance of the Thor in usage from anybody that wasn't a reviewer, was them playing Valkyrie profile with the guide right beneath it so that they wouldn't have to keep fucking switching over. That's how guide oriented that game is. And I hate that. I'm not a fan of that sort of style of play personally.
This I know. I don't. I'm not either. And it's so much so. I look. I don't. There isn't a world in which I should have to follow to the letter in
Yeah.
order to like like do all like and some of this stuff is like oh yeah yeah you should like the game doesn't tell you about how many times you might have to press the start button, which is your I'm sensing something. There's I'm summoning a storm that like it doesn't tell you how many times you should probably have to press the button per chapter in order to see I wonder what's there. And so I can fucking mash this button every fucking chapter, and it doesn't tell you.
Yep.
You literally, I think I was running, I was flying around going, what the fuck do I do for like 10 minutes, and then I press the start button, and then it does it, and I go, what, what, what's happening? Well, why are we doing that? Like, what are we doing here? Like, there's so many odd like thing. Like, I don't think they're some of them I can argue that yes, it's stylistic to do stuff like let's say like the weird way it doesn't I get this, and honestly someone else should do this but better because I don't think it does it that good, where like yeah your other submission is platform through the dungeons in your RPG weirdly
Yeah.
platform through it.
Yeah.
Someone should do it, not them. I don't think they're that good at it, but someone else should steal this idea, certain that is actually good at constructing weird platforming puzzles. Um,
Well, I'll say there were two games that did it. I think the sequel, personally, I should say, I think the sequel is better than the original,
mm,
in pretty much every way. There are many. I feel like most people will disagree with me on that. I think you are old and you don't remember playing Valkyrie Profile. Go back and play it, and tell me that shit's better than Valkyrie Profile 2. You're wrong. The other game that did it was Indivisible, which is a game that was probably going
oh
to
my
get like two
god!
decades worth of
Yes, it did.
content.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Yes,
But
it
some
did.
stuff
It did
happened,
do it.
you
Yes,
know,
some
and
stuff happened. We're not gonna touch it right now. We're not gonna. Maybe one day we'll talk about Skullgirls again, and we'll talk
brother,
about that in turn.
man,
But
Shantae was going to be a playable character in that game. I fucking hate that
sure
guy.
was. Um, but yes, Indivisible did do it, and it did do it better. That's true.
It did do it better,
It
I
did
would
do it
say.
better.
The movement in that game feels pretty good, I would say.
Pretty
It's no
good.
Mario, obviously, but
No,
it's
but
better than
better
Valkyrie
better
Profile.
than me going. This what am I supposed to do? There's a puzzle in this fucking game where you walk into a fucking room and there's like a it's sort of like a crawl space. You go, okay, I have to like slide through it a little, right? But then there's like a whole fucking lava rain on the other side. You go, what the fuck is supposed to happen there? And then you see a fucking pot all the way at the left end of the room, and you go, okay, I'm picking up the pot. And you go, okay, well the pot doesn't go in there. And then you go, yeah, whatever, I can tank it. It's not like it gives me that much health damage or anything. You go over there. There's nothing fucking there. You go, okay, well, what do I do? The game's like, you know what you should do? Because you don't fit if you pick up the pot, you don't fit through the hole. So you go, okay, whatever. What if I like moved it a little bit or something? I'm just gonna move it. I said, whatever, fuck it. I'm just gonna move it. I'm playing around. And then you pick up the pot on the other side and it catches the fire. And then it goes, you did it. You solved it. Here's the gem. I go, what?
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
What do you mean I
What do you
solved it?
mean? I don't understand.
Literally, I had to like move it like I was like jimmying, like I was doing a class B bug and fucking test it. What do we do? What are we doing?
Bro gave it the designation. That's crazy.
This is fucking wild, man. There's so many of them like this. There's so many, and some of them are actually like, haha, that's funny. And then some of them are like, there is no way I wasn't going to get that without. There's one. They literally have a Zelda water dungeon in this one, and it's just as confusing, baffling stuff. Doing it just as early as they were, baffling stuff. I the decisions this game makes about how it wants you to traverse, what it wants you to feel after like a moment happens. Like there are so many weird things. I want to quote something, by the way. I'm gonna have a quote here. Where is it? Mistina says, "Huh? I didn't know he was into little girls." To about Lizard, one of
Uh-huh.
the heroes of the fucking game.
Correct.
Like,
What's wrong? I don't understand what the issue is
one
or
of the
anything with
heroes
this.
of the game next to this. And the person who says this is a huge fucking bitch who was like, "Damn, I love that that bitch died. Actually, that shit was lit as hell." That's her introduction. This catty motherfucker was like, "I love she died. That shit was lit." Anyway, back
That's
to
the best.
my fucking fucking Mr. Freeze pod or whatever. I'm gonna fucking stick it in here. He's like, what if you died in the Mr. Freeze pod? That'd be crazy, wouldn't it? This shit is wild. Like the two characters who hate each other so much, and we're like, actually, these are the heroes. Alongside this other guy who we're gonna just allude to his importance really for now. You're not sure why he's important, but we can allude to it. And then give you an MG, a Metal Gear Solid fucking uh, like three Patriots, like a guy talking over himself, going, "I'm monologuing what the title of the next game will be. I'm
You
monologuing
know what's
right now."
funny about that is that you are correct. They don't explain anything about Lazard until the sequel. The sequel like gives a bunch of context around why he is the way he is. So,
Incredible
um,
work.
yeah, cool game.
It's such a strange, like there's some. I'll say this: one of the more beautiful games of the era. Like
Oh
just
yeah, I love its aesthetic. I love like the melancholy vibes. I think the Norse angle is very cool. Even now, I feel like JRPGs are a little too scared to get into more unique aesthetics overall, I would say. You have to dig kind of deep to find that sort of thing. So I think a Norse JRPG is a very cool idea. I would agree in all of those aspects.
absolutely. There's so many moments. Like I sent you one of the images here. There's so many moments where
Yeah,
like
peak.
a bunch of like very scenic, like honestly really cinematic stuff. Like the tactic they use all the time in this game is like over like they use the portrait to how like detailed their sprites are to great effect. They show body
Yeah,
movement and then portrait to match, and then you get the whole picture, and then they do overlay when they really want to emphasize. Like it just really works. They have a really good grasp of like how they want everything to look.
yeah,
Honestly, like it's so good in that respect. I think the combat, obviously, I played Indivisible. I think the combat is like a good idea, but a bunch of
yeah.
things about what the wrapping is and how it works and how it wants me to level them up and like a bunch of
I'm
things
not,
around it are questionable. I think I say in this one.
brother. I feel it's bad because you keep saying stuff, and I'm just like, yeah, well, Valkyrie Profile 2, because I would argue that game's combat is significantly better. Um,
Let's see.
and yeah, there's the interesting thing about it. I don't know if you've seen any gameplay, but it's all everything overworld and stuff. That's all the regular 2D platforming. Combat is it starts in like a 3D arena,
Mm.
and you can see the enemies like where the projection of where it's going to attack.
Oh.
And then when you engage with them, it switches to the 2D style. But depending on like if you can um, position yourself behind them or at a particular distance, you can like dodge their attacks and then counter. And the combos you can do are like absolutely wild. So I guess so. I'm just saying. I mean, I maybe take a break, but don't
I'm not.
immediately
No,
play
I'm absolutely not
two.
going to go into the next one immediately.
No,
No.
but I would like to see how you feel compared in comparison. What's next on the on the palette though? The agenda.
On the agenda, what's next is most likely well, I have to finish up Silent Hill F,
Oh yeah, you
the
better.
next two
There are
endings.
people who know you. They'll hunt you down if you don't do that soon.
And after that's done, I have to move on to Resident Evil 9, and then another game will be another old game will be the next thing. I don't know what that game is yet, but another old game is always usually in the rotation of some
I
sort.
see. I see. Is that like a conscious thing of just like
That's a conscious thing. That's me
going
like
back in time? Okay.
yeah, absolutely. But yeah, that's what I've. Well, that's honestly only a slice of the thing I've played. But we'll have more time later.
That's the one I wanted to talk about the most. So,
And I could go on. There's a whole lot of notes I
yeah,
have. I could go
I
on.
think we could have a. I think there is merit to having a conversation about Tri-Ace as a whole because I find them very fascinating as a developer, particularly in the context of how are they still here. And my current running theory is that the Tri-Ace president has something on Square Enix. They have some kind of dirt, some bribe that they've been able to hold on to because they just keep letting them make games that are have a budget of like $20 and a couple of graham crackers, um, and make no money. They just lose money
Make
immediately,
no
and then
money.
they do it again. How does this keep happening? I don't know how it keeps happening.
They
So
definitely made no money on that last Star Ocean. No money. There's no fucking way I saw that shit.
they
No.
had to push it out because I think they were about to be go insolvent. So they rushed it out. So there's a bunch of like
Absolutely, yeah. I saw
lines
the
of
reviews were
yeah.
not incredible. And the
No.
footage I saw was not very pleasing to the eye at all.
What do you
Um,
mean? It looks
they
perfect.
put Acuman back on that one, right? That's the one they put Acuman on there.
I believe so.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Lord, that did not translate.
Yeah, the battle theme slaps. I can at least say that much.
that's that's a cookie you gave them, sure.
Well, listen, that's a big deal because Sakuraba did the soundtrack, and you know how I feel about him.
Oh, I see.
Clown that he is. Yeah, no, we could talk about Triace, but another day, another day. I
But
think we have a lot of news
we
to get
do,
into.
we
So,
do. We can hit the
um,
news here. So I guess
first, oh, go ahead.
yeah, go
Yes,
for it.
please,
No,
please.
oh yeah. So for first, this is a clown segment. I want to clown on Sony. So like Sony announced the week before last major price hikes for the PS5, the PS5 Pro, and the Portal. If you remember the Portal, do you remember the Portal, everyone? That's the streaming device that Sony tried to sell you instead of a PS Vita. You know that one? No?
No.
Okay. Well, yep.
Do you know anybody who owns one? Because I don't.
Absolutely fucking.
I've never met, but apparently they keep selling out. But I've always felt like because I see that as like a defense, but my assumption is like that's just because they make 10, and then the 10 people who want to buy them and like they run out. But I don't know. Anyways, continue.
I think it's like the Sony expected this many, which is not that
Yeah.
many, and then those
Yeah. Is it slightly more demand is enough to
slightly
topple
more
them?
demand, I think, because no shot this is selling even close to a Steam Deck
Yeah.
in any way, shape, or form. But yeah, Sony has increased the price across the board. For like comparison's sake, like the PS5 vanilla went from in pounds 479 to 569. This is untenable. I
Yeah.
think they know they are not getting any more hardware sales in
No.
on this front. Like they are ceding the
Mm-mm.
ground. They cited as Nintendo and Xbox before them with continued pressures in the global economic landscape. We've made the decision to increase the prices of the PS5 Pro, PS5, and PlayStation Portable Remote Player globally. This is the thing. This is now the default thing you say.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
like now it's the global economic landscape. The only person who has put their money where their mouth is Nintendo, who sued the U.S. government on refunding
Yeah.
the tariffs.
Yeah. We're not going to see any of that money.
No.
Although I did see actually that apparently people are suing Costco who is suing the U.S. government as well, because they're saying like we want our money back too. It's like a class action sort of thing. Um, we're living in interesting times. What I will say is, uh, this is the first time ever where I've purchased a console and it's not a depreciating asset.
Yeah.
It's going up. I've never had a console where I'm just like, wow, I should hold on to this because I could flip it for more than I paid. Not that I would like personally do that, but that's just wild to me conceptually. Um, what a PS5 Pro is what, $900 now?
Yes. Thereabout.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna lean in a little bit. That is fucking insane for a video game console. $900, you can't even boot up Microsoft Word on it. Like at least you can justify a gaming PC by being like, oh, I'll start that YouTube channel that I've always said I'm gonna start. This is a self report, but like $900 for a PlayStation 5 Pro in 2026. Al, could you remind me when the PlayStation 5 came out?
Ooh. That was 2020.
So 6 years ago, nearly, in November.
6 years ago, when
And
I split the price of the PS5 with my ex. Now imagine what the split would be right
I
now.
can't believe you got the PS5 in the divorce.
I literally, literally, and she still made out with more money. That's another story. Anyway,
Holy shit. Oh my god.
imagine the split. Imagine the split now. Imagine what it would be.
God.
It's like the down payment on a car. Let's go. Let's get this PS5 Pro. Let's do it right now. Baby, you're gonna
It's
enjoy that Discord on it. The Discord runs so seamlessly now.
Yeah, it took him what, like 2 years after Discord hit the Xbox too, so that's cool.
It did.
What a time. And all this so that, people can make TikToks of like talking fruit or whatever.
Isn't that great?
Um yeah,
Isn't that great?
very
You
cool.
like?
Very cool.
Did you like Fruit Ninja?
I mean, I like Fruit Ninja because I played it on an iPod Touch that was
Do
probably
you like
not
it when
even
it
two
talks
hundred
to you?
dollars.
Do you like it when it
No,
talks?
not
No,
quite. No,
no.
nor when it's wearing a dress, to be honest. So
Okay.
this is truly a bizarre generation for video games, and a good. I mean, I feel like it's a good mirror of just how life is currently progressing right now. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
but it's all good. Your annual 2% pay will definitely cover um, inflation in this regard. Also, I don't even know why I said that because there is no inflation and we're absolutely not in a depression right now. So,
No crashes, no depression, nothing. Anyway,
no,
Sony and Honda are scrapping a feel of their car with PlayStation dashboard themes and remote play. So Sony had a car.
I didn't know this.
this
This is completely new news to me.
this is so funny to me. I remember this shit. I was like, oh, that's funny because this was around the time Gran Turismo 5, I think was announced too. But this is funny. So like Sony had a car and the car was outfitted with like remote play and like it kind of looked like a PS5, but what if it put on muscle mass and whatnot, and now it was a car like inside, right? Like they announced this shit. They're like, yeah, we're definitely gonna make it. It's gonna happen. It's a prototype. A bunch of these companies do a bunch of car prototypes. No one believed it, but they were like, yeah, we're gonna do it. It's gonna happen. And it's like the first car to offer PlayStation Remote Play, something someone definitely asked for somewhere in the world. Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. Of course, they want to play their PS5 Remote Play with shitty connection as you're driving by a fucking interstate, as you struggle to make your fucking God of War fucking axe throw fucking hit. Yeah, you definitely asked for that. No, you didn't.
This is funny in two ways. The first is it's kind of indicative of why we're where we're at now, in the sense that, like, because this is like 2021. If you
Yeah.
said it was revealed with like Gran Turismo 7,
Somewhere, yeah, somewhere.
so and the reason why they were able to do that is because, people were just spending money on fucking anything in 2021. You know what I mean? Like, because like in rates were hella down, and companies were just like, let's just put money in whatever. And so that's why we're here. The other thing that makes this funny to me is that I actually read a report this morning
Mm.
where apparently Honda was looking at China's like development pipelines for cars, and there were the quote, I believe, I'm paraphrasing a little bit here maybe, but the exec was basically just like, "There's no way we can compete with this." Actually, I don't think I'm paraphrasing. That's exactly his quote. So that's funny because, like, hey, maybe you shouldn't have been spending your time trying to make a fucking PlayStation car. Like, Honda. Now, I don't know that much about cars. I do know Honda has done a lot to squander its goodwill, as far as like its EV strategy, and they used to be like the car company that like
Yeah.
everybody liked. The Honda
Well, that's
Civic and everything.
well, that's why everyone
So
has them too, right?
yes,
Somewhere
yeah,
along the way,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Um,
So yeah, how much did they lose? Do you know? Because if they're canceling it.
how much did they lose? We don't.
Okay.
But like they blamed it on electric vehicle market, which is I want to guess that means we we don't see us competing with other competitors in the market right
Yeah, like
now.
China.
Like China. That's
Yeah, like China.
that's what that is. And by a tidbit, I have a friend who's a mechanic, and he fucking hates working on Hondas. He hates dealing with
Really
yeah. They hate working with
interesting.
Honda cars, and it comes from like a bunch of different things, but like parts stuff, and also like working with the getting stuff from manufacturers, and
Yeah.
and specifically like they're because everyone has them, like they see them so often and they see the same problems popping up over and over inside of certain cars. So like I get like it's not just that, it's probably down even to like systemically what's going on there with how they're
Yes.
interacting with the rest of it all, right?
Yeah. Well, again, not to, I'm trying not to bounce on it for China too much, but uh, their whole thing is like, because that government can just kind of say do this and everybody has to do it. There's like a standardization of parts between Chinese manufacturers, so your friend would not have that problem uh, if they were doing work over there. So
Whoop,
um,
whoop.
yeah, that's cool. This is all completely new to me. So when I saw you put this headline up, I was like, also the name is fucking stupid. A
A
Fila? Are we?
feeler. I'm a
What
feeling.
the hell?
I'm a feeling up my
Yeah,
car. You know what I mean? I'm a feeling
yeah,
up my
yeah.
car.
They're a feeling the price right now. I'll say that much.
Oh, it's
Got him. Got him.
you know that prototype felt it in the fucking plant right now, just sitting in that garage
Yeah.
doing nothing, dusting it up. What's the how that shit go again? Remote play seat, never sat on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 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 yeah. PlayStation Portal never used.
Where I also want to pay people the picture they have for this fucking car for you playing remote play is some dude. He's holding the PS5 controller in the car and he's looking straight at that shit. And he does not look like he's having fun. He looks like he's concerned, and he's doing it like in
Yeah,
the back seat.
he has quite a pensive expression. Maybe it's because he's playing Gran Turismo.
Also, you're
I'm
like,
joking. I'm joking. I don't have an opinion on GT. Go
also,
ahead.
yeah, but no, wait, he's playing the racing game inside of the car, and I go, brother, we play the racing game in the home. You play the you gotta drive the car.
You do the driving
You
outside.
do the driving outside. We can come on, man. We gotta.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised that they didn't pull this off. That's really, hmm.
Mm, Anyway, anyway. On to the competitors news. Xbox had a partner preview.
Competitor. Sorry, not to. Let me not stop
Sorry,
you right
sorry. I
away.
was
But
bouncing on it a
competitor.
little too much. Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yes, there was an Xbox partner preview.
It was at the end of March there. Not much to report, really.
Yeah.
Um, the only notable, I don't know, you can shout out and say if I'm wrong here, but the only notable things were Stranger Than Heaven was shown way
Yeah.
more extensively than it ever has been. And they're doing a big Xbox push, it seems. Um,
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's on Game Pass. They revealed, didn't they?
yes, it did.
Yeah. That's a big deal. That's a big deal.
It lines up kind of with their strategy of that all those Yakuza's have been on
Yeah,
Game
Sega has
Pass.
been with them. I think Persona 6 will probably be revealed at an Xbox event because yeah,
Yes,
they're buddies. They're Nintendo's Capcom
it seems so.
partnership. So yeah,
And it looks crazy. I'm not sure about what's going on in the story. That it's five
yeah,
eras, but it looks absolutely crazy. I There have been some issues with
yeah,
the studio lately. With that studio lately, some people have done their own speculation of the people who are doing good are in the Stranger Than Heaven team,
oh
and they're
for
not
sure, for
they're
sure.
not on the Like a Dragon
Look
series
at
right
it.
now. Uh,
Literally, just look at it. Like that's obvious to me. Like it's still gonna be a wait and see for me, which is wild to say because it feels like RGG has been on like a multi-generational tear, but their momentum has absolutely cratered recently.
yeah.
Wild to have the T-ball and just smack yourself in the nuts with the bat instead of hit it
Hit
again.
it again,
So
right? Well, you got to hit it again,
yeah,
man. What are we doing?
yeah, yeah.
But that's for. I'm sure we'll get to talk about Yakuza at some point. I'm sure. um,
Probably when this game like becomes more of a thing and we start comparing and contrasting.
yeah. And the other one, which is the Stranger, one. Serious Sam is back in
Oh, that's the okay. Yeah, sure.
in the Shatterverse, and I went, okay, this is a what I guess what you do with Serious Sam is you go what's in the market, what's hip, what do we even do with this series
Yeah,
really now that
parody it.
and you go yeah well, you go to the nth degree I guess and you just go
Hmm.
you're co-op now you're co-op and you're into all the rogue and you're a roguelike, which are very
Yeah, yeah.
trendy
When I
things
saw
right
those three cards show up, I was like, "Oh my god, we're never escaping this!" Like everything is pick three. Everything is pick three.
everything Everything is pick three. Northern Lion has his wet dream
Yeah, he's already like
realized.
locked in.
He's gonna do a sponsored stream in 10 weeks on Serious Sam Shatterverse. He's gonna play it once and never play it again.
Yeah,
But he'll have to give him the chance because he got the money and
yeah.
it had to pick three. But yeah, it's just funny to see a series like this, a very like old series at this point. They have to figure out a way to make this thing relevant, and they just looked around in the very
Yeah,
basic
they
way.
literally just looked around. They went to Steam's bestsellers and they were like, "Hang on, this Monster Train shit, it's pretty tight.
It's
People
pretty.
like this.
People
Whatever."
it's interesting. It's interesting. But other notables from the show are Ascend to Zero. It
Yeah, that
looks
looks cool.
really fun. Very isometric. Also roguelike. But it has a thematic like through line that honestly makes it make sense and honestly has it
Yeah,
mechanically tied, which is nice as well. I'm looking forward to that one. Um, it this Super Meat Boy. So this is not in Edmund McMillan's hands. This is
no,
removed from him. This is the move to
yeah,
3D. I'm not entirely sure on its reception right now. It's always difficult when games of this era make the jump.
Yeah.
to 3D. It is interesting that they're trying it. I do want I'm gonna try it. I do wonder if it sticks the landing, or if like none of what if they can't recreate what was good about Meat Boy.
I
It's
mean, I will say at the very least, at least, of the two devs, this game does not have any Israeli apologist in its voice cast, as far as I can tell.
it
So,
does not. Although like
so
the
it's
the
got that going for it.
the publisher is problematic for other reasons, because they kind of that whole fiasco with
Oh,
the
right, it's still
villain.
Xbox. Fuck.
Yeah, so Xbox one, two, but the publisher in question, like the people who are putting out Meat Boy 3D, kind of
Hmm.
stole Meat Boy from
Oh yeah,
underneath
yeah,
them.
that had its own drama. You are correct. You are
Yeah.
correct. It was fucked up of them to do that.
So yeah,
Uh,
no, either party originally in Meat Boy's hands, not clean of anything. um,
cool.
cool, right?
Love that. You expect that kind of like drama really from like big publishers like Microsoft.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty wild to see such a prolific indie dev, both indie devs, get caught up in
Yeah,
so much mess. Yeah.
indie devs are
Anything else? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
indie devs are kind of like very attuned to mess once they get to the high enough echelon of they
True.
know you are a name that they know, and
Yeah.
now you are big enough that when you put something out in like 5 to 8 years, that people are just going to flock. That is when that
Yeah.
usually happens.
You just do whatever. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
I think, right. The only thing I'm gonna mention here is to shit on it. It's the Expanse Osiris Reborn. This
Oh,
thing
okay.
has AI in it.
Oh, does it?
Gen AI, yes, it does.
Oh, yikes. Cool.
This I've watched the Expanse, season one of the Expanse. Good show. I never watched,
Yeah.
not never watched past that, but like it's completely on brand for people to watch the Expanse and just give into, uh, yeah, like forwarding technology. This is what we should do, and just go Gen AI on for some
Yeah. Also, people miss
reason.
Mass Effect, so
Yeah, people really miss me. I miss it too, but I'm not gonna
I
dive in
needed
head
that bad.
first.
Yeah. Plus, isn't there another Mass Effect type game being made? I actually get it mixed up with the
there is
Expanse
another
quite
one.
frequently.
There is another. I forgot what it's called though. There is another one.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. Um, was that your full list? I only have one game from here that I want to talk about.
What's yours?
Okay, well, I said game, but the reason why I want to talk about it, it's art. The one, what was it? Artificial Detective. That's not a game. That game doesn't exist. Like you look at it and you're just like, this shit's not. It's not even nothing we're looking at.
Sorry,
It like,
I had notes on this. I put it under Detroit Become Human.
yeah, no, it doesn't look real. It's one of those things where it's just like this isn't going to be. Uh, it's not. I mean, like you shouldn't even think about it because it doesn't exist. The gameplay, quote unquote, uh, it was so strange looking because it was all pre-rendered, very obviously so.
Absolutely.
Um, yeah, I just found it shocking that we're still doing this in
But
in
it's
2026.
honestly it's comforting almost. I'm going, oh yes, lie to me like
I miss
Watch
E3.
Dogs. Yes, keep going.
it
Yes.
it's funny because one excuse that I see the gamers give quite often is like, oh well, they're just using this as a way to like attract talent to come work on the game. I don't know about you, but like, why can't these motherfuckers just go on LinkedIn and apply for work like the rest of us? Why do they need to spend $3 billion on a trailer for a game that's not going to come out in 10 years and annoy everybody else who thought they were going to get a game and not a job posting? I don't understand that excuse. Like, do they not? Can you, if you're a game dev, you just have to watch a trailer with everybody else and be like, yeah, I want to work on Elder Scrolls 6. Like, what? No. That doesn't make any. That doesn't make. And this is true of another game that we're going to be talking about later in the news segment. That starts with a star and ends with wars. Where it's just like, yeah, it was a trailer to attract talent. Like, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me from like a game dev perspective. If I'm a game developer, there's nothing about seeing a trailer for a video game that will make me want to be like, I want to work on this game. Um, because of this. Where do I sign up? I assume the job portal that already existed that you should have been looking at if you're looking for work. But
If you were looking for it like that, I
yeah, I
trust
don't understand.
you would have seen it. Me, what this is a funny before the Perfect Dark reboot got canceled at Xbox.
Yeah.
I applied to be a games writer on it at some point.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah.
I
So
saw
you
that
knew.
listing. Yeah, because I knew. You know, if you're in that industry, you already know. You're like, oh yeah, I saw the
Yeah.
thing already. Like you know
You're
already.
keeping an eye on
You're
it.
keeping an
Yeah.
eye on it. Like this mentality of we're attracting people. I remember people bandying this shit when the Elder Scrolls trailer came out.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and it's like, oh yeah, they're probably gonna recruit en masse because Elder Scrolls is so huge too. And no, they blew their load early. We now know they blew their load early because fucking Todd Howard said it like
He's getting
2 weeks
irritated.
ago.
Yeah, he's getting irritated that people keep talking to him about it. And I do feel for him because I'm sure that was like an Xbox mandate. Because wasn't that post Bethesda purchase that they put that
Oh, was
trailer
that
out?
post Bethesda? That's
Maybe. I don't know. Even if it wasn't, I could easily see him getting pressured into putting that out. But it is funny that he's getting irritated. It makes me laugh.
it does.
So
It gives me joy, honestly. It should.
yeah, him in his
You
dumbass jacket.
You should be annoyed. You should be annoyed, honestly.
Take that leather off, Todd, and stop working on Fallout 76.
Stop executive
Actually, I don't
producing
mean that.
Fallout 76 for some reason. Honestly, no, wait. I'm gonna hate on that game
It's
real quick.
Starfield.
I'm gonna hate on that
Okay,
game
go
real
ahead,
quick.
go ahead.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
hate on
please,
Fallout
please.
76. I bought that fucking game on release. That's my
Woo!
cross to bear. I bought that fucking game on release. And not only did I buy that game on release, a friend of mine told another friend that
Oh no,
like to
that's
ask
worse.
to ask for like a gift for me or something, and they got me the Fallout 76 guidebook that I definitely wasn't gonna need because the game was fucking trash. So when I got it, it was one of the most pain smiles I ever took since I received a copy of Two Human for the 360. Like it was crazy. I was like, "Oh my god, why did he say this to her? This is so wild."
Is that hang on? Is this better or worse than Hierarchic buying how many copies of that live service platinum game did they get? I think they bought 4.
Babylon's Fall. Oh.
Yeah, I think they bought 4 copies of Babylon's Fall. I think that might be worse because at least you can still play Fallout 76.
Was that thing on sale before it went out? I don't even know.
I don't know if it ever hit a sale. I'm pretty sure they said they paid full price for each of those copies.
Oh
so.
my god. Oh god.
Bro said, I'm feeling better about my life decisions right now, actually.
I'm feeling a little bit. That game is fucking ugly. Babylon's Fall is fucking ugly.
Is that its biggest issue?
No, but when I think about Babylon's Fall, I think about how ugly it was when I got off that fucking ship.
Yeah, it's very blurry. I did play the demo, so I know what you mean.
And when I was creating my character, I was like, oh my god, can I create someone that resembles...
Doesn't look hideous? No. You're going to wear your Final Fantasy 14 threads from Goodwill, and you're going to like it.
Oh,
all right?
Oh. It was Goodwill. They were like, box of the Salvation Army Final Fantasy.
Yeah, they straight up donated that shit. Yeah, Yoshi P was feeling bad for him. Oh my god. Okay. What's up next on the docket? I believe we're talking about Strive.
Yeah. So this is the Arxis corner. If you don't like fighting,
yeah, between the two of us, yes.
Yeah, this is the Arxis. If you don't like fighting games, I'm sorry, it's a you problem.
You're in the wrong place.
It's a you problem.
You might want it. You're gonna have to scrub because
if you want to scrub, go for it. We may put the time stop. We may not spite you. I don't know, but
I'm dead. No, that's not happening.
But this is the Arx's Corner, so like we're actually recording on the eve of the patch notes and the patch itself
Yippee!
dropping for Guilty Gear Strive 2.0, arriving with Jam Kuradoberi or Cloudberry, um, and a bunch of. I'm gonna keep it short on Strive itself because there's a lot of things I could say, but like the really big thing is that they just wholesale removed the mechanic from the game. Wild Assault, short
Yeah.
versions that Wild Assault would enable combo extension, and on certain characters like more heavy set characters on the cast. For Wild Assault, it would enable like just more pressure on that front. Like it was basically an easy conversion tool, and any character that was supposed to be sort of stunted by how much they could convert off certain combos, off certain normals, would then just do a far slash and immediately cash in and cash out for positive bonus for a wall break, right? Um,
Mhm.
and that's a big one. And I want to say this is a broader subject because I guess we will introduce we're like broad fighting game enthusiasts. I play
Yeah.
them. I play a lot. I play all of them. I probably have give or take like 300 to 400 hours in Strive, 700 hours in Street Fighter, uh,
Mhm.
200 300 hours in Grand Blue, like so on and so forth. Like I dabble. I don't. None of them are 1,000 because a bunch of them are like this, right?
Yeah.
And to say about the state of fighting games, because as you know, people have been bemoaning
Yeah.
Strive, not Strive, rather Tekken 8's patch cycle. Um, and Street Fighter just had a patch cycle that people were not very satisfied for in the end because it really isn't substantial enough to warrant a shakeup to the game that people are desperately wanting because the top tiers barely have moved.
Wait, what do you mean? You're saying the incest wasn't a shakeup for Street Fighter?
Not
I
in the
feel like
way
that
they
was a
want
weird
it to
thing.
be. Not in
Yeah,
the way
okay,
they
okay.
wanted.
Fair enough.
The incest is not the it's not balanced. You know the incest. It's not balanced, honestly. Um, but like that is to say that Arxis seems to be the only one right now who is not afraid of just taking a mechanic out, which is very
Yeah,
interesting
yeah,
to me.
yeah.
Um, and they're seemingly highly more receptive. Like it took them a long time to get here. I can remember when Arxis would put out Guilty Gear patches, and the explanation on why they changed something was like 2 to 3 sentences. And now we're at the point where they're putting on paragraph on each on each
Yeah.
decision, paragraphs on each decision, whether it be damage, hurt box, uh, uh, Wild Assault changes, uh, uh, changes to normals, changes to 6P. Like they each have a paragraph onto their own, and they've come a long way on this front. And I feel
Mhm.
like they like a court like this combined with like there's some stuff that I'm seeing preliminarily on the patch that I'm like, oh, okay, you probably nerfed like they basically nerfed a lot of the cast across the board and took the power level down because they basically they're getting away from what Strive used to be known for, which is I touch you, you die.
You die. Yeah.
And now we're kind of coming back down to earth in this way. And Tokon and this make me enthusiastic because they've been very good
Tokon
about
looks
it. Yeah.
Tokon looks saucy as fuck now. I don't know if you saw some of the footage that they've shown along with their the updates that they've like put out
Mm-hmm.
after the betas, but that game looks very good. And I would say that I'm probably a fan of Arxis's games the most out of all of the current fighting game companies. Grand Blue Fantasy Versus is like the first one, other than Uni, which is a wild first game to like get like deep into fighting games with. But yeah, I like that. I got big into that game. Obviously, if you're a minority, you own a copy of Dragon Ball Fighter Z. That's like not even a question. And Tokon looks like my kind of game because I like. the idea of assist based fighters, but I prefer, high interaction type games. So, like you said, with Strive was probably the least engaging Arc Sys game to me because of the I touch you, you die energy to it. So
Mm.
it's cool that Tokon is kind of mixing up the whole assist based system. But even I could tell, even without putting my hands on it, just watching footage at the beginning, like they're kind of everybody's just kind of doing the same thing, where it's just like you know uh, auto combo or assist into auto combo
Yeah.
like into special.
Yeah.
There wasn't much sauce, but it's looking pretty saucy right now. And not to, I'm genuinely not trying to gatekeep here, but when I saw people dooming about Tokon at the beginning, I was like, even then I was like, nobody uh, updates their games like Arxis does. Like they delayed Strive for like a year to put in rollback, didn't they? They were like one of the first companies to
Yes, yes,
to really
they
do that.
started the rollback revolution, as it were.
Yeah, Strive in its beta was straight ass. Like, like it was not like if that game came out the way that it was going to come out, I don't think it would have been. I don't think we'd be getting a 2.0.
They would have needed a Grand Blue Fantasy versus
Yeah,
Rising.
yeah. So I do appreciate that. I will also say this is a bit of a segue, but I do need to say it on air and not just on Discord. Anybody who says that Jam's updated design isn't good because you missed the old one, you are a pathetic gooner. And I don't mean that in the sense that the gooner part is like a negative. I'm saying your gooning is pathetic. You do not understand the appeal of leaving something to the imagination, and you will never see heaven for it. All right. I just want to make that clear. You don't get it. You like literally just like I mean that her old design was fine, but if you don't see the appeal of this one, yeah, you're a low tier gooner. Um, that's the new LTG. Anyways,
I'll say this. I honestly I think I like this design. I would just say I like this design better. Most
Mhm.
because there's more going on in terms of what's
Yes,
like her
yeah,
outfit.
yeah, yeah. Mhm.
But like I'll sympathize here. I'll
Okay.
say for Eno, I like both of the designs. My heart is still with the former one, but I still like the. I'm. Let me tell you what. I'm not posting about it. If the motherfuckers who are posting about it, they different. They thirst for something not other than what I thirst. I am fine with either, but I prefer this one. But they want it their way. They want it the Burger King way. All right, I'm not like that.
Yeah,
I'm not like that.
yeah.
But like I'll say this, and in this case, I think I just categorically think that her design now is better, just because there's so much more going on, and it sort of illustrates more about where she's at now than it ever has. On that front, the goontastic, the goonerific out there who are saying otherwise, they don't. You don't understand. And also, buddy, I'm on the Unverum mods and Guilty Gear. They're just gonna fix
Yeah.
that shit for you. Why are you complaining? Someone's gonna give you your foot mod. Someone's gonna give you your fucking topless mod. Someone's gonna give you your no skirt mod. Why are you fucking
Yeah.
complaining? Stop it.
The
Stop it.
the 200% volume jam lines mod, of course. Will have to be added. She is probably too quiet. The mental assault of having to hear her screech, I feel, was a big part of her kit. So
It
I'm
is.
sad
It
they
is.
they nerfed that.
It's why I didn't play her, and I didn't play her in Exit. I was like, oh my god, she sounded
Yeah, yeah.
she's so.
So will you be hopping on for 2.0? You're gonna peep
I
it?
will be hopping on. I hopped on yesterday just to mess around one last time with Wild Assault.
Yeah, feel the difference.
Feel the difference, and then we'll see. I think it might it's either dropping now or 3 a.m. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
But like, and then now we'll see like what that is. A lot of the changes on at a glance because I could barely get to the site because it was giving me a 502 gateway. And everyone is on there. But at a glance, it looked a lot like a bunch of like they did this thing where they nerfed like overhead like special overheads and they nerfed lunging moves. And for an avid player like me, that means two ways I get in, in both
Oh,
jealousy rage.
yeah,
But
yeah.
like I don't know what her changes are specifically, and that all depends on the balance of however else everyone else changed. Who knows? Right at this point,
Did you
but
see the move that they gave? What's his name? The sexy ass black vampire.
Nagoriyuki, yeah,
Thank
I
you.
saw that shit.
Yes.
I'm a little
Okay.
concerned it's a low. I'm a
Put the
little
fear of
concerned.
God in me. They had like zero recovery. Why do they keep doing? I
I'm a
mean,
little
I actually
concerned.
I don't mind. He's so fine. I don't care. I like dog. I swear straight up when I'm like mid bench press and I'm getting tired, I'm just like Naga would do it. Naga would hit that 10. Look at his chest, bro. Naga would hit that, and then I do. So
Brother, he's a vampire. He ain't hitting shit. He's just lying there.
he's
He's
just
just
big.
lying there.
He said, "Bro's just big as fuck. All he does is talk about food." Yeah, that's fine. I mean, that's true. He's not quite a Goku, but you know.
He's
Buff Wooly,
spiritually
he's bad.
Gokuing you on, you
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Exactly, exactly. It's not so much about how he did it; it's about how I can get as close to him as possible.
know. Of course, of
Uh,
course. On the other front there, I did want to mention, and I don't know if you've seen any footage of it. Arxis's Gorilla game, you know
what
the the,
is
the Gorilla game, the Gorilla Solitaire game. You know
that?
this.
Was them?
Yeah, this is the Arxis. No, this is Arxis.
I didn't know that. I've seen it. I saw Wooly playing it. That's a Arx's game.
Yeah.
Okay, they're just doing whatever now, huh? Good for them. That's great. Is it? I mean, is it good?
I was looking at the footage. I was like, I can barely tell. I can't tell because as an aside, I've been playing what's it called, a Solitaire Mystery, which is
Okay.
by the Baba Is You uh of fame, right?
Oh,
Yes, which is
my goat, my
it's
goat.
a very good solitaire, basically a collection of solitaire games with their own micro like their own micro
Oh,
solitaire
I
games,
remember this.
yeah, onto
Yeah.
themselves. They all have a difficulty setting. If you want the context for how hard it can get, I have still not completed like I don't know 10 of them. But I do know a little bit about solitaire, but I'm not a solitaire freak. There are people who've been playing solitaire since like I don't know the Windows 2000 who are better than me
Yeah,
infinitely.
yeah, yeah. My mom would fuck this game up. I might get her to try it.
Please, honestly,
My mom.
please report back if you do
I'll
that,
see. Yeah,
please.
I'll see when she comes back. From New York. I'll see. Um.
Um, but yeah, the Gorilla game, or I think it's called Goratear. Yes,
Gorilla Tear, I believe. Or was it Gora Tear? Okay,
it's
okay.
Goratear. Very funny name. I gotta
Yeah,
say,
that's funny because I feel like Gorilla Tear might have been. I don't know. That's probably what I would have picked. But
that's what
that's,
yeah,
that's
you
fine.
would have picked. Yeah, okay, sure. But like yeah, it looks perplexing. Honestly, that like I get why they would do something like this because this combined with Damon and Baby, I'm like, they're definitely trying to like branch. They're
Yeah,
throwing things at the wall.
yeah. Well,
um,
my assumption is the Tokon money gave like they probably got such a fat check from that game between Disney and Sony that they're probably like we could use some of this on the side. And I don't know if you saw, but what is it? Demon? It's Demon and Baby, right? Not
Damon and Baby.
Damon and Baby. Okay. I've been playing that. I stopped because, of course, they put out a roadmap where the whole game's going to be like updated and better
Oh
in
yeah, really?
8 months. Yeah, stop buying video games the day they come out. I need to remember this rule. But that game has wild lore implications for both Guilty Gear and Blast Blue. So that's interesting
It's
as
I
well.
it's weird to live in the world of going. how, like, on a scale of 1 to 10, how think important do you think Demon and Baby is to Blaze Blue, the fucking crazy ass like mobile game that has the incredible combat?
Dog, it's like in 11. They confirm things that you would they confirm things that basically say like I mean like I would eat a bowl of glass if Ragna is not a DLC character in the
Wow.
current Strive Battle Pass. It's though if they don't do it after all of this, I would be shocked. That's the level of importance I would say it has to the lore, to the 10 people that care about the lore for both of those games.
But yeah, like Damon and Baby also, like, I was pretty charmed by the demo. I was not incredibly charmed by what I was playing, but I was
Yeah.
charmed by like all the dialogue, honestly, and all the cute designs and the characters that are going
Mhm.
on there. I don't know if that continues as far
Yeah, I
as
would
where
say
you.
so.
Yeah,
It's nothing incredible, but it is I think it's priced for its
it's 30 or 40.
quality. It's 25.
25. Okay.
Yeah, it's not bad at all in my opinion for what you're getting. And it's kind of funny to see them updating it. They even have like the roadmap looks like a Strive like character pass, which is kind of funny. I mean, I will support them trying something new. I think that's fair for them to do, especially because they're a pretty prolific publisher. So I feel like this
Yeah.
was a path that they'd go down eventually. It makes sense to me.
Yeah, and they, it's not the first time they tried their hand. Remember the Kill a Kill they published as well.
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
developed,
yeah,
but they
yeah, yeah,
published.
yeah.
So like it, I see them like they're trying to make a concerted push again. And it might have been that they were in the trenches for a little bit there, and then I think you're right. They got the fat ass check, and they were like,
Dog, they got
all
money
right.
to spend. There's no shot that they make Goroter in a world where they didn't get a Disney check. That just doesn't make sense to me. Because fighting game margins are so thin. You know what I mean? It's like they're basically just making enough money to make the next character or the next game. I
Yeah,
remember the Uni 2, the French bread head was like, oh yeah, no, I'm very happy with our numbers. There's maybe 6 people playing Uni 2 right now. Like the fact that he's happy about that. I mean, obviously some of it is probably the Fate Stay money they get, but I also think it is just like, they operate in such narrow margins that it's hard to be successful enough to branch out. So yeah, that
yeah.
Disney money's pushing it for sure.
Absolutely. Oh, I mean, and I guess in Arxis, technically Arxis news, since they publish, um, Uni's getting a new character as well.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
one new character. Not much else to report there. We didn't get much from that. Not whether there would be balance changes at all coming with the character,
Hmm.
but good to see. Still getting
It's
characters.
alive. It's got a pulse. Yeah.
It's got a pulse. I mean, like the games are exciting. Laundrika is still highly top tier. The games are still exciting. When you see tournaments, I still tune in for the
Yeah.
Uni
I
tournaments and
love
stuff.
watching Uni. Yeah.
The most defensive game like on the market, possibly the most
Oh
like
yeah.
defensive heavy game on the market.
Hey, that's the
Ever.
Melty Blood team. Dog. Like that's where Go One cut his teeth. That man doesn't know how to do anything but hold down back. Like the French bread games are literally. It's just like you just wait. It's like, is anybody gonna get hit? And the answer is usually like no. So
And the usually no, unless like, okay, I'm doing this option select because I think you're gonna do
yes.
this, and then I'm gonna do the other option select that is one of two branching option selects I have because I think you're
Guess,
gonna do
dummy.
the other.
It's time to flip a coin.
Oh, fuck. But it's calculated coin flipping. It's
Yeah,
calculated.
it's not Tekken coin flip.
Yeah, it's not Tekken where I'm doing heat dash and to go fuck yourself. They also
Yeah.
removed heat dash, by the way, like as like a universal like conversion in Tekken 8 at least, um,
That's good.
as well. So
We
yeah, for
take
sure
those.
we take those, I guess. But yeah, that's the fighting game corner. You can put the earmuffs back on or whatever. You can put
Oh,
them
one
back.
more
Oh
very
yeah, one
quick. I don't
more.
even have a comment on this. I am happy that the Avatar fighting game is $30. I have to buy it. I was gonna get it anyways,
Oh
but
yeah.
like, I can't complain about the pricing of video games, and then somebody comes along and is like, "Here's a $30 fighting game." Like, I gotta buy that shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play it. Obviously, I'm not gonna take it too seriously, like most fighting games, but I have to support the fact that they're making this affordable. $30 is a great that is enough. I mean, Jared found out that that was the price today, and he went $30 in the same way that, like, in such a tone that, like, I know he put it in his wish list now, like, as opposed to just being like, maybe I'll get it eventually. So that's good.
$30. I could. That's why. Why I haven't bought anything for that much since the Great
Since
Depression.
2020, yeah.
But yeah, Avatar looks very promising. It's one of the forefronts. Also, I guess on a tangential note, like not Tokon. I said Tokon is because they're really comparable. 2XKO, that damn stupid name.
I don't call it that. It's Project L. But go ahead, talk about Project L.
Project L got a patch and nerfed a bunch of characters unknowingly.
Mm-hmm.
Although Ari still got away, which is
Yeah. Highway Rob Ari, you could
ah,
say. Please don't close out. Please, the rest of the episode, I won't do it again. Please.
please. But Ari got away, but a bunch of good nerfs were made to characters who needed to be nerfed. Although I did see someone, I think I was in the Twitter replies, and someone went more Yasuo nerfs, but Ari got away, and they're pointing at, look, well, what about her? You should be nerfing.
Yeah.
It's,
We're
it's
never
really
satisfied.
funny. It's really
Hey, be
funny.
easy. They just lost like 80% of their team, all right? They'll get to him.
Yeah,
Or they'll get to her.
they did nerf Vi, and they like got rid of a combo I used to do all the time with Ilaoi, where you do
Mm-hmm.
supercharged S you charged S1 into tag, so I can do super with Ilaoi, and I do like crazy conversion off that. They got rid of that. They were like, no more for Vi. She has other ways, I'm sure. I'm like, dang, but it's some good. It looks good. The game is balance wise is shaping up better, I think. On that
That's
front.
good.
But
They
such
should probably fix the I mean, I feel like they had bigger problems.
they
I
do.
mean, I don't know. That game is we don't have to talk about it right now.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
have more to get to,
We'll talk about it
but
at some point, I'm sure. But
yeah, because I have a lot to say about that game. But anyways, moving on. We put down a link about Star Force, Mega Man Star Force. I don't have like too much to say other than that you should buy it. And the reason why I say that is because, unfortunately, Capcom has enabled me, and by that I mean, Fangamer would release a piece of Okami merch, and I'd buy it, and they'd release Okami merch, and I'd buy it. I own every piece of official Okami merchandise, I think, actually in existence, except for the vinyl because it's very expensive. And I kept buying it because I was like, hey, maybe they'll make an Okami too if I keep doing it. And they are. So now Capcom is putting out, Battle Network and Star Force shit. So I'm buying it because they might, maybe we'll get that fourth one that got canceled. So you need to buy it as well, dear listener. Um, I don't really care if you like it or any of that shit. You just need to just pay for it so that I can get a new Star Force game. You will. It's fun. They're fun. I like them. But
they're fun. But this can be a moral purchase. Make this moral purchase.
yeah,
Make
yeah,
it
yeah,
this
yeah,
moral
yeah,
purchase.
yeah. Do it for me.
Do
I
it for
deserve it.
us. Do it for us. And do it for us so that they can go back to the collection and go, you know what? Actually, we should have added that one crossover between Battle Network and Star Force that predated them actually doing Star Force for real. We should put that back in there so they can decide on that. So they can give
Did
the
they not put
people
that in the
what they
Battle
want.
Network collection?
No.
Oh,
No.
damn, that sucks. I
Right?
didn't know that. I played a patched version, so
They did not put that in the collection. I'm like, that's so pain.
they never give us exactly what we want,
No,
unfortunately.
no, no, no. I wonder why that one is. I wonder if it's too niche. I wonder if it's just too niche. They're like, but then we have to translate it because we never translated it or something. We don't want to do all that. I wonder if it's that.
Maybe that actually. Now I'm curious. I don't actually know if they put in the. Is it? It's Boktai. That's how you
Boktai.
pronounce it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a crossover for that in Star Force One, but I don't know if they put that in
Yes,
the.
there is.
Did they?
Uh, it's actually I think when I read the RPG site article, it might be here.
Wow. Why is Star Force getting all this special privilege? That's cool.
Okay, RPG site doesn't say if it has it, but I think I'll check. I'll boot it up.
Sure.
I'll check at some point to see. But like a Boktai has been the one funny thing
Oh,
that keeps. What was that?
it does. Sorry, I just found it. It
You
does.
found it? Yeah,
It,
yeah,
it
yeah,
did, in
yeah.
fact, restore the Lunar Knights crossover.
Which
That's wild.
super wild considering what the property whose property is
Yeah.
it?
Yeah. Do you think he probably didn't even know? He probably forgot. They probably were like, hey, they're like, hey, can we use Lunar Knights? Well, I mean, I guess technically what Konami would own it, and Konami would be
Konami
like,
on it, but Konami is
this
like
this would piss Kojima off. Let's sign that shit
just
off.
sign that shit. Yeah. I don't know if they'd be like they're like probably like
No, they
yeah.
wouldn't care.
I bet you Konami's like playing nice, very like saying yes to this is a very playing nice gradually
It's
with
an
other
easy
people.
dub.
Easy dub.
Yeah, especially because it's like it's not like they can. What are they gonna do? Leverage the IP for like a deal? Like people
What are you
are
gonna
like
fucking do
nobody's.
with
It's not even Boktai. It's like it's Lunar Knights, the
Lunar
one that nobody
Knights?
gives a shit about. Like that's wild. I don't think because I think Battle Network had a Boktai 3
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
crossover, and they definitely didn't put that in the collection because we didn't even get Boktai 3 in America. So
Very funny. Very funny. Boktai. Did you play those Boktai when it was like new? Did you play that when it was new?
no, I didn't go out in the sun enough to justify that purchase. Even as a kid, I was like, I'm not fucking. I don't go out there like that.
I
I mean,
didn't
the
I didn't
the
know.
nature hates me, so I couldn't go outside like that. So,
I didn't know either. I did play Boktai, but doing the jank way where I set the sun reader as a
yeah, the
switch.
uh
And it's such
on
a
like an emulator.
yeah on an emulator. It's such a
Yeah,
weird thing though. Quite honestly, you can they're it's more extensive, way more extensive. Honestly, you can get it to work with like a DIY kind of sun reader if you have, I think, if you're emulating on the
there's a.
what was it?
Oh, I was just gonna say, I read recently that there's just like a cart you can buy now that has that built in. It's just like an
Oh, is
emulator
there?
cart, and it happens to have like yeah, both die compatibility. So
Oh,
might be
okay.
worth giving that a try.
Yeah, I did play that with the sun reader on. It just like it's not the same. I'm basically turning the lights off. I'm Nosferatu on the whole game.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
It's
Nosferatu. Yeah.
Nosferatu. They're looking at me. Oh, come on.
You're cheating.
It's yeah, it's not the same. But yeah, that is all to say. Please buy Star Force so they know that they
Please.
need to make another.
Please,
Please.
I'm not joking. It's truly $40 for all those games is like a steal. The third game alone would be worth $40
Black
in
Ace and
2026.
Red Joker are peak. They knew
They're
they
so
knew what
good.
they were cooking. They
I think
realized they came into their own right at the end. They were like,
they
yes,
they
we know.
they 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 popped off narratively, absolutely. I would even say this might be sacrilege to some people. I think it even has a better end game than like Battle Network, at least 6, maybe not 3. It's at least tied with Battle Network three's end game or post game, I should say.
Those
But
games.
it's very good. So yes, it's worth it for that purchase alone. So
It's so good. The story definitely like really
yeah,
really picks
it's
it off.
but bro, it the way because I replayed it, of course, over like last summer, and then they announced it like last October, which was very nice of them to do. But yeah, it's pretty wild how, in my big old age of like 31 years old, I was playing going through the story, and I was just like, this shit's so Kino, bro. I love my friends. Like, it worked. They got me. So
Absolutely, yeah. Just top to bottom, like, and these are, and also I want to stress that Star Force signaled the end of a certain era of how Capcom was doing things too, as well. It's one of those signals of the end of like Capcom is having a rough one. They don't know what to do with Mega Man anymore, type of deal. Like, this is where that ends here, and it went out on a high note, might I add.
mhm,
But like,
mhm.
when nothing, once like I think once like 2 years passed by or 3 years, people were like in cope mode. I think on GameFAQs, they were like, "Oh, is nothing? Is there nothing happening after this? Is it
Yeah,
over?"
yeah, and that was 17 years ago. So
Unfortunately, they were correct. The
yeah.
copage, the copage was just full effect. But hey, please buy, please buy, please buy. On to more money problems, more money, more problems. Hey,
Yeah.
Nintendo Switch 2 games they now have are going to have a separate physical and digital pricing starting in May. That
Yeah.
means that, let's say the example here in the Gamatsu article is $60, 59.99 digitally, and then 70, not 69.99 physically. So now it, like, more than you thought you were already, with stuff like limited run games and special editions for physical copies and delayed physical copies, more than they already are. Now we're pricing onto them to create like a move to digital.
Yeah. Yeah. The physical copy becomes almost just owning a physical copy of the game is beginning to become a collector's
Yeah.
edition in a way. Just owning it is making you more of a collector than if you just purchase the game digitally, which is it's not really about collecting. It's just about experiencing the video game, possibly never returning to it. Um, this is, I guess, inevitable, honestly. I don't really see. It's actually a big reason of why I switched to PC games for a vast majority of how I play things because when I before I got my PC, I saw the 3DS, network shutting down. I saw the PSP and Vita network shutting down, and I was just like, if I'm gonna only be getting a digital license of my video game anyways, at least I can put it on an NAS and hoard it there for when the electricity eventually
Yeah.
like runs out or
Runs out
whatever.
on me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a. I want to also clarify the funny clarification Nintendo made to IGN, saying,
Hmm.
quote, "This means that when the cost of physical games is not going up. This means that when Nintendo sells digital versions of Nintendo published games exclusive to Nintendo Switch 2 to consumers in the US, those prices will have an MSRP that is lower than their physical counterparts."
They said physical prices aren't, or digital, what is it? Physical digital prices are going down. It's not that physical prices are going up. Incredible.
so, so they think I'm fucking stupid, man. They think I'm so stupid.
I mean, they're dealing with Nintendo fans. Like, well, let's be honest here. It's not like they're the Disney adults of video games. They'll have no problem with this. Let's be real
You
here.
can't see it, but
Um,
I'm popping my collar. I'm popping
yeah,
my
he's like,
collar.
please, we're already making too many enemies. That we are. Hey, listen. we basically opened the episode with me shit talking Israel.
Yeah,
Anybody
yeah,
can get it. All right, these
yeah.
hands are rated E
Anybody
for
can get it.
everyone.
Anybody can get it. It's
That is
whatever.
very silly. But like, if you're I mean, they can just do whatever they want because a copy of Wind Waker on the Wii U right now costs $60. I don't even have to look it up to know that that's true. So it's like fucking whatever. But on the same token, you may as well just get it physical at that rate because you can sell it at full price after you're done. So is that worth the $10 you're saving? I don't think so, in my opinion. I only own physical Switch games for this exact reason. Like Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Donkey Kong Bonanza, all that shit, I own it physically. Because if I ever need to make some money, I can just sell those off for near full price and be fine. So,
Mm, Nintendo games are unfortunate. Well, fortunately or unfortunately, they usually maintain a certain price
it depends on if you're buying or selling.
point. It's kind of the thing there. But on to more Nintendo. This is a rumor. Uh, so I want to emphasize this is a rumor. Nintendo is planning a new Star Fox and a major Zelda remake this year, but no 3D Mario.
Yeah, the major remake being Ocarina of Time,
Yes.
allegedly.
Allegedly. Um, I so this is the time now we're gonna talk about Star Fox and so I played Zero, however many years ago at
Sorry
this
to
point.
hear. Yeah.
That's not okay. That's not sorry to hear. I mean, it's sorry to hear in some ways because
Sure.
the game has problems. But
Yeah, yeah.
I will emphasize when in Star Fox Zero. So the way Star Fox Zero worked is that you would look down at the Wii U gamepad, and in the Wii U gamepad you would see your cockpit, and then on this
Wait,
and
why
this
did you cut off? You
wait.
you cut. I don't know if that was the call dropping, but you literally said you could see your cock. I didn't hear it at all. I have to go back and hear the recording. You did you say the full thing and it just cut off at
Yeah,
the
yeah,
most
it just cut off.
inopportune time? That's so funny. Discord is trying to sabotage you, bro. That's
No way.
crazy. Oh
Slander.
my god, I can't wait to run that back. Holy shit. Anyways, continue. Yes, you look down, you see your cock, and then what?
You see the cockpit, which is similar, I guess. But you see your cockpit on the Wii U gamepad, and then you see the R Wing itself on the screen. And you had to look at both of these things because what would happen is that you have to you would have to know what's going on above because there's views on your cockpit that you just can't you wouldn't be able to see from the window that you can only see up on the screen. So the game you had to play was looking up and down all like constantly
Yeah.
and like juggling these two perspective points and finessing so hard in order to get
Yeah.
very basic like sort of maneuvers that you were executing in prior Star Fox games. When this game, I kid you not, so I think it's the second fight with Wolf and Co. When
Mhm.
this thing is firing on all cylinders, like when the sensor is working correctly and when like your neck doesn't hurt, I guess. Like it was incredible. Like it was one of like, oh yes, this feels like this feels amazing. This is obviously before VR or something, but like I'm like this is incredible. Like that was one of the fights of any Star Fox I've had. But then the rest of the game does not really give you the same kind of thrill because the rest of the game isn't just rival fights.
Yeah.
The rest of the game is all my I'm inside of this like more enclosed space and the view is weird and now I have to like do this thing where I'm like looking up and down or I'm looking at one screen more consciously than the other because I have to fire the gun from here. It's more foibles like that unfortunately in the rest of the game. The game shines more when it gives you free movement and not when it's on rails for that control scheme. Weirdly
Yeah.
enough, that's all to say that a new Star Fox game, um, they state here that it's coming back to it's like a classic sort of
Yeah. They're
deal.
saying it's a classic one. Mhm.
I don't know, like I don't know what they mean. Do they mean that it's classic in the sense of there's no gimmick? We're just gonna try and make a really good one, and we're reintroducing you to all the characters. Which I think I've
I
gotten reintroduced to all the characters like 3 times already.
I, I assume they mean in terms of gameplay mechanics, right? Because if they remake Star Fox again, I'm actually going to get this podcast subpoenaed. Is what I'm gonna do. But I did actually see there's a slight update, um, where I believe it was the same leaker that is allegedly saying there are two Star Fox games that are going to be releasing. So with one of
Oh,
them being like an adventure type thing, and the other one being, the on rails or a
oh,
classic gameplay, I should say. Um, yeah,
really?
yeah, yeah. I don't know how likely that is. Something Star Fox is happening. Whether it's one or two things, who knows?
Who could say?
Um, yeah, yeah.
Oh, adventure. Okay, so in the same vein, I'm gonna shit on adventure. In Star Fox
Okay.
Adventure, I think I that game I disliked it greatly. I think
Yeah, I don't really have love for it.
Assault
Where are we
really.
going?
Where are we going? That's too low.
That's too loud. Sorry, go ahead.
But I think adventure. I think it was certainly a try at
Hmm.
something else with Star Fox. It doesn't really. I think Assault understands much more clearly what Adventure was going for in terms of
Assault was
balancing.
my shit. That's not a good game at all, but god damn if I don't love it. I fucking
That's not
love
true.
Star Fox
You wait, I
Assault.
saw some crazy shit on Assault. Apparent I didn't and I never knew this shit. Apparently in the Japanese copy of Star Fox Assault, they have facial animations. Like they have emotions they're conveying. In the English one, which obviously I played, they don't fucking emote like shit. Like fucking Crystal Stoneface when Fox is like, I don't want your pussy or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, we should break up.
We should break. But
That's so funny.
in the Japanese copy, they're emoting all over the place, and it's bizarre.
I
That
didn't know that.
that they I guess they didn't have either the time or the money to like, oh, we're gonna reanimate all those facial animations so that they're
Oh, they
working with
probably,
the
yeah,
English.
for the English. Yeah,
Yeah,
that makes sense.
like
That
that's
makes sense.
super bizarre. Like difference between versions of something. I've never seen something like that. But Assault was also my shit. I don't know how much of the
Yeah.
multiplayer you played.
Dog, that's all. Corneria, sniper rifles, rocket launchers only. Yeah, and then our wings added, and we would just like rocket launch at each other
Always at
when
it,
we were in the air,
and
our
then
wings, and then yeah.
would you do the thing where you were like, okay, we're gonna go on the each side of the map, and then we're gonna line up our R wings, and then we're gonna shoot at each other and see who
Yeah,
misses their
yeah,
shot.
our wing jousting, yeah, 1000%.
That shit.
That
Oh
is the
my
pinnacle Star Fox experience to me. I think refining on that makes much more sense to me than just making Zelda, but with worse sound effects.
yeah,
Um,
with worse sound
but
effects.
I've established I don't really like Star Fox at all. Assault being the only game I like, probably not going to get much favor for me from the Disney adults. I mean, sorry, Nintendo fans. And I'm okay with that. Did you play Star Fox Command? Have you seen some of the storylines in that game?
I unfortunately I know I haven't played a lot of Command. The Command I think I didn't have a DS yet.
Yeah.
Um, but I think I didn't play a lot of Command, but I do know, unfortunately, some story beats
What do you
about
mean? You're
what's
not
in
a fan?
Command. Well, I'm sure they hit differently if you played the level and that's the thing you got. I think they hit.
Yeah, right. For those who are not aware, the what I can't remember. Does she cheat on Fox? Does Crystal cheat on Fox, or does she leave him? I think she just leaves
She
him.
leaves him. I think she
Everybody
leaves
makes
him.
a joke about how like he got cucked, but that's not technically not what happened. She just leaves him in one of the plot lines, which is very funny to me. Um, that game, it does suck. I do think the whole turn-based strategy aspect coupled with the R-wing fights is actually like a pretty interesting idea. I didn't
Mm.
really have any problems with the gameplay. It was the everything else that was, I would say, an issue. But I would say overall, Star Fox sucks. And the reason why I'm irritated at this getting another chance, and something that I believe Al disagrees with me on, is that there are so many other series that I feel would deserve, I should say, a chance at a revival compared to Star Fox. And I didn't mention this when we began to talk about this before we stopped, and we're like, let's talk about this on the podcast. This is good content. Was Miyamoto is like Star Fox is his baby, and that's, in my opinion, the only reason we keep getting this shit. Because Miyamoto kind of just gets what he wants. That's why Pikmin continues to exist, despite the fact that it sells 10 copies. It's everywhere. It's in the theme parks. It's everywhere, and that's my assumption why Star Fox continues to get a chance. Where shit like F-Zero, and Chibi Robo, and Sin and Punishment, and all that other shit, don't. And I know Sin and Punishment. No, I think they own the IP. It doesn't matter. Either way, we should bring back Sin and Punishment. Um,
I will agree.
Go
We
on.
should bring back Sin and Punishment. That should come back, especially with the sensory tech we have now. And you could pitch it, Nintendo pitch that shit. Like you could just use the Joy Cons or whatever. Like it's a slam dunk. It'll work automatically. We don't got to think too
Yeah.
much about it. Um,
No.
but in terms of Star Fox, obviously, yes, I do disagree. I think Star Fox deserves like a good shot at like having like a good ass game again in I don't know how many years it's been since Assault. Honestly, don't
So
remind
do
me.
you like classic Star Fox then? That'd be my question, because
I
that's the one that I don't like. So maybe we agree more than I initially realized.
so like did you play the like Star Fox 2 they put out on the
Yeah, you could finish it and still be
yeah.
listening to this podcast. Sorry, go ahead,
Yes.
go on. But I
Yeah.
did play it. Yes.
You did you play that? So like I played that and I was like, yeah, okay, I see why like it's like cutting room floor. There's some neat ideas here that honestly they only used in Star Fox Zero. They used in
Yeah.
Star Fox Zero, but like there's some neat ideas here, but it's okay that another one did not happen immediately. I think in that way. I do like classic Star Fox. I will say though that and don't get smug, but like
Uh-huh.
Ace Combat does exist, and
Mm-hmm.
I do get my fill. Like
Mm-hmm.
if I want like a really skill like based one, I get my fill from Ace Combat in that way certainly.
Mm-hmm.
But like there's a more of an arcade sort of feeling to this, and the locale and the characters are kind of what you're here for, as much as Command kind of butchers that in in some ways. But like the futuristic setting is what I think I'm here for, and seeing that all play out, and then getting like a cool score mode and like competent like set pieces and funny dialogue, and interactions like that's kind of what I am here for Star Fox 4. Like funny things like, oh god, Slippy's dying and he makes a fucking funny ass sound when he dies. Or oh shit, I if I do this and Falco like berates me or for some reason. Like stuff like that and seeing the different routes like that is kind of what I'm there for. And I think that in the first Star Fox, it's a nascency, honestly. Um, and you don't see it fleshed out more until later projects. But then by then, we Nintendo thinks they need to reinvent the wheel every time. So like everyone has a different gimmick. Assault, while being on the ground, is one of the ones that stayed the most true to like the classic one, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
um and but still like gave some like, okay, you're moving on the ground. It kind of made it feel like way more real, especially remember that part in Assault where that entire city just got fucked up on
Yes.
the corner area just got entirely fucked up, and they're like, oh my god, it's overrun. It's so, and they're like, and then what would Pepper was like, oh, it's Jover, man, it's Joe, it's super Joe.
He crashed out.
he,
I do remember
he
this. Yes.
crashed the fuck out on that planet. And there's a kind of, honestly, weirdly a thematic through line to like you being on the ground and having to like actually like get down there and see how fucked everything is, which is funny.
Such devastation. Yeah. My
Um,
thing is like, oh, sorry. Did you have more to your
no, no,
point? I was just gonna say, my thing is like, I get all of that, and I get, like, feel like, that makes sense, and I'm not joking when I say this. What, 30, almost 35 years ago? But we're in 2026, and I don't know if a game of 64's scale or even Zero's scale works anymore for like a full price video game in a, when gas cost $8 a gallon. And what I mean by that is like the 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 style of an on rails shooter to me just doesn't have the sauce to maintain for an extended period of time. It's also not easy to make. Like these set pieces are very
no.
they take like extensive development, I would guess. The only thing I think I mentioned there's like it's like Squadron or something like that, which is like a roguelike version. And that makes sense to me because like these games are very score attack based anyways, so they could just make it like a pick three type game. But I would be absolutely baffled if Nintendo is truly just making Star Fox 64 again with like a couple gimmick vehicles and that's it. That would be insane to
I
me.
think
It's
that's
just like I can't.
disastrous. I think that's
Yeah,
disastrous.
like that's
Mm.
the part that's baffling to me. Like I have to believe that either that two game rumor is true, in which case it's like a holy shit two cake situation,
Mhm.
and I'm fine with that. Or there, but if that's not it, like, there's got to be something because yeah, like it just doesn't make any sense. Like I would be baffled, truly.
Yeah, I wouldn't understand the inclination to try the classic, to just try remake, because Zero without the Wii U gamepad, it's just again, it's just it again.
Star Fox again. Yeah, right. I would assume that Star Fox Zero, despite not being the best game in the series, you're right, does have the benefit of like at least doing something different. It kind of sounds like I don't remember playing much of it, but it's almost like the world ends with you in terms of requiring you to like multitask in that way.
Yes, yeah, yeah. And I really hope that it's not like it's a classic and there's no strings because I like and I wanna, and this is like kind of an indictment of like, when you're developing at this echelon, like the Nintendo, Sony's, and Xboxes, like you
Yeah.
should not like. I think, for example, I think what Double Fine is doing with Kiln, like I'll buy if they release it on Steam, I'll just buy a copy there just to give them money because they're trying to just do a small ass game under one of these big
Yeah.
developers who
Yeah.
always want to push
Trying not to
something
get
big.
swallowed whole. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right, like, and I want to believe that they, if this is like really as simple as we might believe, like that it's smaller and that it's priced accordingly. If that's the
Yeah.
case, I just don't believe
Yeah,
them. But
instead
that'd
of a
be
full release.
yeah, instead of a full release, because if this is $70 and it's just it again, I oh
That's wild. That's wild to me. I have a question for you. Who, if Star Fox was to make, or if they were to make another like assault type game where it's like a mixture of land combat and aerial combat and everything, and because Namco did Star Fox Assault. Do you have a dev, like a dream dev for a Star Fox game? It's kind of funny. I would have probably said Platinum before, but they tried and it didn't go over very well. So besides
Mm,
them, I suppose.
it's hard for Assault specifically because Assault
Sure,
is
you could pick
blending those two.
it could be outside of Assault. I just don't know if any studio that would do like a Star Fox rail shooter. But if you have an answer to that too,
I uh I think I actually think like because like if Assault had to be like modernized like and set up to standard as it were,
Yeah.
then that shooting down there has to be good.
Hmm.
And like I think you could get away with going, okay, like we got to get the R-wing stuff right. You have a bunch of template there, and like it's not me gonna be like, yeah, put the Ace Combat guys on it. Like, yeah, that's easy. That's an easy fix. But
Yeah.
like they don't know how to do
Yeah.
like the other part. Who
No.
I think someone who could adapt to both is probably, I want to say it's like a Capcom studio.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
that makes sense. And Nintendo has a good relationship with Capcom. I mean, they have forever. I think Capcom could make that work. I would agree with that. Um, they because their thing isn't even just like being good at a particular genre. They just got the sauce. Like
yes.
Pragmata, is Pragmata their first person shooter or third
Third,
person shooter, I should say.
yeah, third person shooter. Yeah,
I think so, and that has the sauce. You
it
give
has
them
the
enough
sauce.
time to cook, it'll feel good. So, that makes sense to me. Which it's kind of funny that Namco did Assault, given that they also do Ace Combat. I wonder if that's why they got Assault in the first place.
Oh, you
Um,
think?
I don't know. I don't know
Um,
anything about that game's like long term development, but that would be an interesting. I mean, Nintendo has had a good relationship with Namco forever too. Like they work on Starfall or Smash Bros. And honestly like a bunch of their games, the whole
yeah.
Tales of Symphonia thing. So yeah, yeah. Um, I want to say, I mean, truly, I don't think there's anything else we can say about this until we see the game, and then I think we can come back to this topic. I do want to touch briefly on the Ocarina of Time remake.
Hmm.
If this is also just like a straight up like upres remaster, I'm going to be very disappointed. I want straight up like RE remake type stuff or um, Final Fantasy VII remake type stuff. Like I want it to be expanded on, more of a reimagining than just like a one to one. Because you can play Ocarina of Time. It's really not that hard. This isn't a game lost to time. This isn't a Terranigma. You know what I mean? Like you can play Ocarina of Time. If they just do that again, I'd be pretty disappointed.
I would agree. In fact, but I have to break it to you. I think they're going to disappoint you. I think this is
Yeah.
Nintendo.
No.
They
Yeah. No.
love
I
to
know.
play
I know.
really safe with something
Yeah.
like
Especially Zelda.
Zelda. In term like and I know someone's rebut would be, what about Breath of the Wild? That was not safe. Yes, but it was very moneyed.
Yeah.
It took a
Not only
long
was it
time.
Yeah, it took forever. And also they ended up playing it very safe with Tears of the Kingdom anyways. Also, I mean, it still fit the ethos of Zelda. Also, everybody loves open world games because the other people who are normal and not like us play 3 games a year. So, like Zelda, like literally that I would argue that number is relatively accurate. So, it doesn't surprise me that it was relatively popular, even if it was a risk for the capital G gamers. So
Mhm.
you're right. It's very likely that it won't be like that. But that's going to be pretty disappointing to me. Also, you could argue if you just wanted expanded upon Ocarina of Time, you can kind of just play Twilight Princess. That's kind of that's kind of
Yeah.
that's
But
kind of what that is.
the
So
vibes are different, but
it is very different.
yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
But
yeah.
I will say though, like, um I can see this being an opportunity. I see this as like, if Nintendo's truly doing this, I see this as them going, this is us signaling we're going back, and we want to see how this performs and how the new
Oh
generation
yeah.
receives this. And they want to see how this does and how this is received amongst new generations here playing Ocarina, and adjust accordingly on whatever the heck the next Zelda
Hmm.
project is,
Yeah, I
which I
could see
has
that
to
being the
assume is a
case.
return to a more structured approach.
Yeah, I think they said they're not doing like another Breath of the Wild type game. I think Aonuma basically all but confirmed that. Yeah, I can see that being a, you know, kind of testing the waters situation. Um, in which case, I'm fine with that because I would like a little bit more structured Zelda to come back. People are like, "Oh, we had it for so long," and it's like, yeah, but now we've gone. nearly 14 years. I bet the Skyward Sword re-release is in a similar vein, but it does make me wonder why they haven't brought Twilight Princess and Wind Waker to the Switch. I don't know what the holdup is for that. What a
I
strange
don't
company.
know. I don't know.
They've had that genealogy Fire Emblem remake just like sitting on the shelf for like years now, right? That is
There's
done.
no
Multiple
way that
sources
thing is
have
not done.
confirmed. Yeah, they said that shit's finished. I think it was actually this guy. It's his name's Nate the Hate. He's a very
Very
accurate leaker
reliable.
to the
Very
point. I
reliable.
think he probably he seemingly has a direct source. If I recall, was like, I don't know why they haven't revealed it yet. Like, I think he basically said he's seen it. So, yeah, very strange company. But we'll
Even
see. We'll see about both these
the
things.
Fire Emblem one is strange because they announced the next game first, and we thought
Yeah,
they were going to announce that first, going, oh yeah, we'll lead in, and then you'll have this. But no, they just announced the next thing, which is
yeah.
baffling.
It's they're so
Not sure.
weird.
I will say though, no 3D Mario brings me great pain. I did expect
Really?
this. I did expect
Did
this
Bonanza
because
not do it
Bonanza.
for you?
No, but we'll talk about that another
Okay.
time.
Yeah, we're pretty deep in at this point. Yeah, I'll wait.
But yeah. I want to just very quickly. U.S. Patent
Sure.
Office worker office revokes Nintendo's patent on summoning characters to make them battle.
Good.
So
Get fucked.
Nintendo got a patent with a very broad array of conditions, and it was revoked, and it is a very rare order. They can appeal it, obviously, and they probably will. But the
Yeah,
fact
they
that it was
have to.
revoked at all,
That like
um,
never happens from what I understand.
yeah, this does not happen, and it does not signal very good things about Nintendo trying to close the market on on uh on their willingness to like, oh, we can sue whoever we want if they if they look at us wrong, kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um
And good. Fuck them for that. I hate that shit. They're so irritating to me. Um the way that they do that.
yeah, the article does from Good Video Games Chronicle, it does mention other perpetrators like Konami.
Yes. Oh my god. Weren't they the ones who did the mini game loading screen patent that
It
like made
was,
it so that
I think that was
or was that Bamco?
Bandai.
Oh yeah.
Namco,
Yep,
yeah.
that makes sense because there it was like DBZ, like Budokai and stuff that had the mini game loading
Yes.
screens. Yeah.
You know how dirty I felt when I found that out and I was looking at Tenkaichi at some point?
You were like it's like looking at an ex differently like post breakup and being like, you were like that? Yeah, no,
It's
I know.
crazy. You were moving like that?
Yeah. The patent system in general is just like corrupt. And unfortunately, I'm too dumb to like come up with a solution, like a long term, like how do you fix something like this? I don't know. Um, but it is depressing to me. So,
Yeah, yeah. And that's that on. Nice.
oh, I have a bit. Oh, sorry. Did you have anything else on that one?
Oh, no, no. You're good.
Okay. This is a last minute addition that I put in actually like right before we started recording, and you mentioned I'm gonna save my thoughts. Um, there is a report currently that Star Fox, it's because we talked about it. Star Wars Eclipse, the quote unquote upcoming Quantic Dream game, its fate is uncertain. So, according to a report, and obviously, again, this is technically hearsay, although it seems to have been like brought up internally. Like it was like a direct source for insider gaming.
Yeah.
Um, Apparently, they've completed a good portion of the game, but that the rest of it is not progressing at a very good rate, and Quantic Dream is owned by NetEase right now. They asked to hire more staff. They were rejected. And now they are looking at Quantic Dream's free multiplayer game, Spellcasters Chronicles, which you either forgot about up until I just said it or didn't know about at all, to bring in money for ongoing funding for Star Wars Eclipse. And if that doesn't pan out, I believe they said NetEase is quote unquote expected to reevaluate its commitment to the studio, and could opt to discontinue further investment. So basically, they might just be like, all right, fuck this, we're out. Now, I don't know if you knew this, Al, but and this is news to me. I I would consider myself like pretty up to date on the gaming scene. I know when shit's coming out, generally, even like weird, obscure stuff that nobody cares about. Did you know that Spellcasters Chronicles came out last month? Because I did not.
Not
I
even a
had no
clue.
idea.
Not even.
I
I
had
knew it was
no
coming
idea.
out. I knew it was gonna
Can you
happen.
believe that? I had no idea. I was like, did it come out today? Is it out? Like, how is that game doing? I went to Steam to look it up. Yeah, no, it's out. This is a game that already released. I don't even know what its like peak um like player count was or anything. But no, it released February 26th. Like at least High Guard was a prolific failure. Like this is embarrassing. Like
This is like I no, I didn't know. I only remember when they announced it and that there was a whole like press release and hullabaloo about how fucking generic this name
yeah. Yeah.
is. And that's it. I didn't. This is really really bad. I mean, we've known Quantic Dream. They have been on a downward spiral. Everything, obviously having to do with David Cage and his consort at the higher ups there,
What a
getting
nightmare.
embroiled in allegations of harassment at the studio and the lawsuit playing out over that, and the fact that that's the Star Wars game. How long after was it like reviewed or before? I don't remember at this point how long, like when in the midst
Like when it
of
got
when
announced.
yeah, when it got announced, how long was that still like happening? Like was the lawsuit just starting?
Oh, the lawsuit stuff. I actually don't think it was just starting, I believe.
Just
The like at least that was when it was reported on. Well, because I remember it got reported on in like 2018. I don't remember when we saw Eclipse. It was definitely after that. So
yeah, and this is Quantic Dream. We like remember when we took that deep dive onto Quantic Dream's website to check
yeah,
what was going on.
I do remember this. Yes,
And
we're such fucking freaks, bro. Yeah, we did. I forgot that we did that, but yes.
we went onto their website and we were looking at a bunch of stuff and some stuff that is just not updated. They're just not bothering to even no nope. Don't update that. That's not working. We're not selling that anymore. We're not telling you that the link isn't
Yeah.
working, but we're not bothering. There's no upkeep. It was dire, and this was months and months ago. We did
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
was dire. I want to stress, by the way, if you go down to all the way to the article and you look at the rightmost article, it says new Star Wars game seemingly unaffected by major NetEase shake
Oh my god.
in February of 2025.
Oh, so they said that literally the same day. No, the day before Spellcasters Chronicles came out. Horrible name, by the way. That's
Shit.
especially funny. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Oh shit. Hella funny. This is a swan. People, this game is not coming out. This game is not
Hand on
coming
the shoulder type shit.
this game
This
is
game
not
is not
coming
coming
out.
out.
If you were a person, and when was this? Was this Game Awards? This was a Game Awards, right?
2021, baby.
This was a
That's
game.
right.
This is Game Awards,
It
right?
sure was December 9th. That's a Game Awards announcement if I've ever heard one.
When this was announced, and if you saw this trailer and you were like, "Oh, sick," I don't know shit about Quantic Dream. That looked hype.
Yeah.
they're doing the Old
Yeah.
Republic. They're doing the Old Republic.
Yeah.
That's my shit, right? I need you. I need you
They
to. No, no.
Yeah, there was a stark contrast. I think like anybody who's ever seen a two best friends playthrough of their games was like, no, no, stop, no, please, God. And then everybody who just likes Star Wars is just like, oh, cool, more Star Wars. I'm excited.
More
But
Star Wars.
you knew, because it's one of two things is the case, right? It either never comes out, which is the current timeline we're on, or it comes out and it's dog shit because every Quantic game is trash. You truly don't win in this scenario. Do we even, is this like an action game? Do we know anything about how it's supposed to play?
Hell
Do we know
no.
anything at all? I don't even think it has a Wikipedia page.
Hell no. We got
Like,
we got vibes, bro. All that was in that
yeah,
trailer was fucking vibes.
just,
They're reflecting the vibes off the game, off Jeff Keighley's fucking forehead, and onto the audience. That's all
it's
that
so
happened.
wild. They straight up put that shit out, and like they don't even know if this what genre it's gonna be in. Like nothing. We have nothing. And again, we talked about it earlier. That's why I was referencing this. This seems to just keep happening. It happened with that Mass Effect 4 trailer. That could be a goddamn real time strategy game, and we don't know it because there's nothing. Like
He could be
I,
playing Mass Effect Brotherhood for all we know.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's like it could be a fucking mobile gotcha game. You think you know, but do you actually know? Because there's nothing to work off of.
There's
So
there's nothing. I fully the best timeline of this game is it comes out unfinished like Knights of the Old Republic 2.
the more things change, the more
More they
things stay the
say.
same type. It's so bad because you have these people being like, um, just reaffirming, we're reaffirming it's in development. We promise our game is still being made. And it speaks to, where this industry is headed in general. I wrote a piece recently about how I got like an entire trilogy of Final Fantasy games from the time between when I was like 7 and 10 years old, with you know, what 8, 9, and 10, I believe, all came out within almost a 3 year span of each other. And
Mm,
now you're lucky to see if your favorite series gets two games while you're younger than 18 years old. And that's becoming less and less of a thing as time goes on, and that it's just things. It's just such a mess from like a AAA perspective. Unless you're a Koei Tecmo fan, then you get a game every year, and that shit is baller. So there's still some hope out there.
I guess so. That space lived and died in the time it's gonna take for this game to even fart at coming out.
Yeah, it's what we got. Uncharted 1 through 3. Did we get 4 which before The Last of Us as well? The 4 was a PS4 game, I think. But
PS4, yeah.
still, oh, we got 3 games and The Last of Us, and an entire console generation, and we have gone from the PS4 to the PS5, and nothing other than The Last of Us getting re-released like 6 times. Um,
Knight
we
2
got
was a mistake.
Last of Us. Yeah, we got Last of Us Ultra Turbo HD. We got The Last of
If
Us
they,
2 Third
I'm a
Strike.
hop on when they put out Last of Us Second Impact. Honestly, Maximum
Yeah,
Impact. I'm gonna get it right
yeah,
there. Honestly,
yeah.
I'll get it.
Hopefully the balance will be better in that one.
Yeah. Grounded mode should let me like kick fucking Joel's head off or
Yeah.
whatever.
Joel's Joel's mix-up potential is just crazy in Ultra in Ultra Turbo, bro. They gotta nerf that shit.
I can't, man. At least buffs needed.
Yeah,
Bad. I need some
yeah.
buffs.
Something we gotta stop his Menard 2x4 overhead. Like it's just unreal.
Oh god. But yeah, this game is not coming out. And if it does
Yeah.
come out, you need to set your expectations accordingly. This it's
According,
not
yeah,
gonna.
please, God, don't get too excited. I'm begging y'all.
But yeah, that's also Star Wars games not doing great. Not a great track record in terms of coming out either, because like Aspire, this release schedule on Weather Night, like the remake of That's the
Yeah, who
case.
knows if that
Who
exists?
knows if that exists as well? Quite honestly, that Star Wars Racers game, I have no idea if that's gonna be good. And quite honestly, it looks
It'll be
more.
probably serviceable at best until you start hearing about like their in-app purchase plan. Then you're gonna be like, oh no, I already spent $70 on this. Why are you making me spend $30 on a pod skin?
It does scream. Remember what's that Star Wars mobile game that we keep getting in the Game Awards advertisements for a long time? What was that one? You know what I'm
The one
talking
that
about?
was like a was it the one that was almost like a MOBA, like
Start
the
was it start
third
like Commandos or something? Is that what it was called? I don't remember what it was called.
maybe the one that had like the heroes that you would
Yes,
play.
yes,
Yes,
that one.
yeah,
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 it
same energy.
screams that to me. It screams that to me, honestly.
That's fair. That's fair. I think the
Um,
studio working on it like does like racing games, so
that brings me hope, then, at least.
yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. All right. What do we got here? Yeah.
Um,
Okay. So I don't know if you know this, but
mhm.
Shinji Mikami, as many would know here of Resident Evil fame, Capcom fame, Tango Gameworks fame. Um,
The honestly an all timer dev. Like this dude, he's fucking cracked. Like, has he ever put out a bad game? I can't think of one.
he knows how to produce and direct. He does know how to do
Yeah,
that. He knows how to produce. He
yeah.
knows how to get the
He
people
knows how
together.
to. Yeah, he nurtures talent in a way that is just like not happening in this industry. Like it's wild. He builds a banger studio and then he's just like, all right, I'm off to go do that again somewhere else.
Somewhere else. John Johannes is a generational talent who unfortunately might be squandered in Crafton, but we'll see.
Yeah.
That he cultivated, but we'll see. But this is about his new studio, Unbound. Um,
Mhm.
I was like, Unbound? Didn't you make a studio like 2 years ago?
Mhm.
Yes, he did.
I
Not
forgot.
sure.
I Oh, sorry. I didn't know about the news report. I did not. I forgot about the other studio.
Yeah, I wonder if that studio turned into this studio. But I tried searching. There's just no mention of what happened to that
Mhm.
iteration, if it was one. But the news here is that Unbound, which was, I guess, on that, like, I don't know when Unbound was announced. Was there another announcement besides this one?
I don't recall because if we had known, I feel like we'd have been like, wait, what happened to Kamui?
Yeah. So,
So
so Shinji Mikami essentially announced and was subsequently bought in the same announcement by Shift Up, a Stellar Blade developer and Nikkei developer. Um, this did you see this video?
I didn't watch it. No, I'll be honest.
This is a
What's wrong?
this video is fascinating. Remember when we were talking about recruitment for game announcements, right?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
They're really hyping this. They're so Shift Up bought them, but they're framing it as a partnership for
Yeah.
PR reasons, I'm assuming. But also,
Mhm.
when you watch the video, it feels like a recruitment ad too.
Of course.
If
Yeah.
it's absolutely like, yeah, yeah, this is how the culture is like working in here, but like, it's the work is hard, but like, we it's fun with everyone here, and so like it feels like straight like recruitment, like we
Yeah.
want you to come over here, please. We need people over here. I This is very significant because one, I think Mikami, who, like, as we said, he knows how to nurture talent, and so it's good to
Mhm.
watch what he's gonna do next and who he's trying to gather, right? And two, he is in a direct. I think he's implying he's in a directorial role again this time because he hasn't been
Yeah.
on the ground floor. He says in a bit. He's mostly been behind the scenes gathering,
This is
right?
true. This is true. Hmm.
So he's implying that he's going to be directing, which is important to note, and it's important to note that they cite that their first game will be a AAA big budget thing, and then the rest of
Hmm.
them are going to be smaller games.
Yeah, they're using that Nikkei money to
Seemingly.
yeah, yeah.
uh, I will say that I approach this with trepidation because Shift Up's CEO has gone very all in on AI.
He straight up like he's having a breakdown.
Yeah.
Uh, like he's not okay.
And Mikami has signaled no interest whatsoever in this technology, um, at all. Uh, I like one of two things is going through my mind since they're framing it as a partnership because Mikami at least cites in the video, oh, I thought like, we were just so we were seeing eye to eye on a lot of things and it just felt like a perfect fit sort of thing. And I'm like, what are you seeing eye to eye on exactly? The prevailing sort of Damocles hovering over the game industry right now is AI and its crash, and this guy really wants it, and he might want it from you. I don't know that you want it.
I
Um,
would I would actually say I honestly think that I do not like this guy. Not Mikami. Mikami is my fucking goat. I do not like the shift up guy, but I actually don't think that they see eye to eye on that. I honestly think it's because the shift up guy, who I've, known of for a while, he is very much like he's a gamer girl. You know what I mean? This is not a
mm,
because he started from the bottom, like dead ass.
yeah,
No Drake, um, and now that he's like owning a company and everything, he's a gamer girl. Like he definitely believes in like not being hounded by like a board and all of that shit. Like he's very much a creatively minded person, which of course doesn't fit into the vibes of being an AI freak at all.
well, that's why it was
You can't.
odd when he pivoted.
Yeah,
That's why everyone was
yeah,
like,
yeah,
"What are you
yeah,
doing?"
yeah. He hit billionaire status, and I have to assume like a Shinigami from Death Note like touches you at that point, and then you just lose it. You turn into Kira. Sorry, I read Death Note for the first time recently. For anybody wondering why I just brought that that reference up out of nowhere, but
I
I would.
win.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Me when I'm Mikami getting my company bought for the fourth time in a row. But I have to believe that that's where they see eye to eye because Mikami just doesn't strike. This is the guy who made God Hand. There's like no world where I see him being like I love AI, and I don't think he would agree to let his studio be purchased in this way if he knew he would be getting like pushed into that sort of thing. But I also I'm definitely approaching this with trepidation as well because um, I don't like Shift Up. I don't like Stellar Blade. I don't like the CEO of that company really. Um, and so
Mhm.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, we'll get a. I'm sure we'll get a chance to talk about Stellar Blade at some other
yeah.
time.
You want to talk about Stellar Blade so bad?
Another
I mean, I
time.
have things to say about it, so uh, I agree.
When we know
Um,
what that next game looks like, we can say things, I think. But or whatever the next uh traditional video game venture by Shift Up is. I
yeah,
suppose.
it's been confirmed to be Stellar Blade. I think he actually said today that they're not going to show it off at all until they think it's like fully ready. So
Yeah.
not
So
anytime soon,
so the
but
DLSS 5 is ready on it, right?
yeah, yeah. He said I got to get the AI just right.
Just
I gotta
right.
make sure it looks like absolute dog shit before we reveal it to the public.
I gotta make sure every single woman in this game looks like a poorly pieced together porcelain doll.
We are fucking 1080 front tuck gainer 900ing over the uncanny valley with this shit, bro.
Oh
We're straight up
god.
we're going up and around. We're Tony Hawking that shit.
I'm doing ollies. I'm doing 900s. I'm doing everything. I'm doing every single trick and skate you could imagine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Specifically
Your
skate so
thumbs
I
are gonna
can
hurt
hit
hitting the
my
sticks.
balls right on my board as I fall down.
Yeah, and then landing on the other side to slop.
Yeah.
So, hooray! All that effort, and where did it bring you?
Where did it back
Back
to
to
me?
slop.
Back to
Yeah.
slump. But yeah, it was an eventful couple weeks
Yeah.
right there. Hopefully, maybe it won't be that eventful, and the list won't be long, and we'll get to just talk about other things, possibly.
It is pretty funny. Things just have continued to happen. I mean, hopefully the next episode we get it out a little quicker. I was
Yeah.
just busy with things, so at that point we'll have more time to just like talk about video games. And yeah,
Yeah.
but with all that being said, um, that's the cast. That's the
That's the
pod. You could
cast.
even say.
That's the pod.
Um, yeah. Any final words, or will you play us out?
Um. Uh. Do not kid yourself about that Star Wars game. Because you learn.
Yeah,
Do not kid yourself.
yeah. And buy Star Force. If you the only star you should care
Yeah,
about is
yeah,
Star
yeah.
Force.
Exactly. The only story you should give a fuck about is the Force one, and not the Force one inside of the Star War one. Okay.
Just the Star Force.
Just the
There's
Star
the
Force.
episode title right at the end. Just at the finish line. Boom.
Be free. Be free.